Welcome to Cello. At readcello.com, you create personalized novels based on your input. You can also find a library of ebooks and audiobooks just like this one. This free audiobook of Threads of Time is brought to you by readcello.com. Enjoy the book. Threads of Time has been written and narrated by the amazing team at readcello.com. Dedication. This book is dedicated to the curious learner. The curious learner reads to understand the world, people, history, science, philosophy, and everything in between. They are driven by a need for knowledge, always looking for books that will challenge their perspective, expand their understanding, or introduce them to new ideas. For them, the perfect book isn't just entertaining, it's eye-opening. Whether it's historical fiction that immerses them in a time period, sci-fi that explores ethical dilemmas, or a nonfiction deep dive into a subject they never knew they cared about, they crave stories that teach them something new. They don't just read to pass the time, they read to grow. Threads of Time, Chapter 1, The Awakening of Curiosity. Clara starts her day by meticulously setting up her workspace, adjusting the lighting just right for reading ancient texts. She carefully places her favorite artifacts on the shelves, a collection acquired over years of passionate exploration. A vintage globe catches her eye, its surface worn from the countless journeys she had imagined mapping out as a child. With each item she arranges, memories flood back, late nights spent poring over dusty tomes and the excitement of unearthing hidden histories. As she places a small, intricately carved statuette on her desk, she notices the vibrant colors still intact, marveling at how such beauty could endure through time. At that moment, a sense of purpose envelops her. She knows today is another opportunity to delve deeper into the mysteries she adores. As Clara unpacks an unopened package sitting on her desk, a sense of intrigue courses through her veins. She carefully slices through the packing tape, her excitement building with each passing second. Inside, she finds a rare manuscript fragment, delicate and weathered, affirming its long journey through time and culture. Her fingers trace the faded ink, and she can almost feel the weight of history pressing against her. Glancing at the familiar symbols, Clara's heart races. This piece could unlock knowledge about a civilization she has long studied. With a fervent determination, she knows this discovery will shape her day, reigniting her passion for uncovering the truths of the past. Professor Malik enters the office, his presence commanding yet reassuring. Clara looks up from the manuscript, a smile blooming on her face as she greets her mentor. He surveys the room with an appreciative eye, nodding towards the artifacts displayed around her. "Impressive collection, Clara," he remarks, but his tone shifts as he adds, "Just remember, the pursuit of knowledge comes with its dangers." Clara brushes off his concerns with a wave of her hand, her conviction bubbling beneath the surface. "I know the risks, but understanding our history is worth every challenge we face," she replies, her eyes sparkling with ambition. As Clara prepares her notes for an upcoming lecture, she reflects on the path that has brought her here. The whispers of self-doubt creep into her mind, lingering like shadows, reminding her of previous failures in research. Lost in thought, she recalls a time when a project fell through due to inadequate preparation, and the disappointment it brought not only to her, but to her mentor. Dismissing the memories, she straightens her spine, clutching the manuscript tightly. "I've learned from my mistakes," she murmurs to herself, a quiet affirmation. With renewed focus, Clara pushes past her doubts, ready to take on the world and reclaim her passion for discovery. Clara steps outside, the crisp morning air invigorating her senses and heightening her awareness of the world around her. She gazes at the bustling cafe across the street, where locals engage in animated discussions about history and politics. Their voices rise and fall, a symphony of ideas, reminding Clara of her own purpose and the connections to be made through shared knowledge. As she walks, she overhears snippets of heated debates, each opinion igniting her curiosity further, fueling her passion for what lies beyond mere artifacts. The vibrant energy of the town pulses around her, weaving through her thoughts and encouraging her to embrace this moment of clarity. Her stride quickens, determination set on her face as she envisions the discoveries waiting for her, ready to leave her mark on the world of history. With a final glance back at her office, Clara steps forward, feeling the weight of her backpack and the promise of adventure ahead. The sun peeks through the trees, casting a dappled light on the path before her, illuminating the way into the unknown. Clara draws in a deep breath, steadying herself as the sounds of the bustling market grow louder with each step. She can hear vendors calling out, people laughing, and the vibrant hum of life surrounding her, fueling her anticipation. Determination wells up inside her. This is not just a journey to uncover artifacts, it's a quest to understand history and herself. As she strides confidently into the heart of the town, Clara feels exhilaration coursing through her veins, ready to embrace whatever challenges lie ahead. Chapter 2: The Call to Adventure. As Clara prepares to leave her office, she feels a familiar mixture of excitement and nerves bubbling within her. She gathers her notes and slides them into her leather-bound journal, flipping to her well-organized plans for the expedition. Clara glances at the ancient map pinned beside her desk, tracing the route she has meticulously plotted to the uncharted ruins. Her fingers linger on the markings, each symbol representing a key to unlocking lost knowledge and forgotten stories. Taking a deep breath, she steps away from the desk and collects her heavy backpack, filled with research materials and tools essential for the journey ahead. The weight of her commitments presses on her shoulders, but Clara welcomes it, knowing this expedition holds the potential to change everything. Clara strides through the vibrant marketplace, energized by the sounds of trade and laughter surrounding her. The market is alive with colors. Fresh produce and handmade crafts fill every stall, the air rich with tantalizing scents and lively chatter. She weaves through the crowd, nodding at familiar faces, yet her mind is fixed on the upcoming expedition. Amidst the bustle, Clara spots a small group gathered around a table, animatedly discussing the latest archaeological findings, piquing her curiosity. She steps closer, listening intently as they debate the implications of recent discoveries, soaking in the knowledge shared among experts. With a determined smile, Clara introduces herself and engages them in conversation, eager to gather insights that could benefit her own exploration. Clara approaches the group, her heart racing with excitement as she introduces herself, eager to share her passion for archaeology. The scholars turn to her with interest, initially surprised by her youthful enthusiasm, their expressions shifting from curiosity to intrigue. As Clara discusses her upcoming expedition, she notices the subtle exchange of glances among them, hinting at a mix of interest and skepticism regarding her ambitious plans. One of the scholars, a seasoned archaeologist named Dr. Parker, questions her knowledge of the site, pushing her to defend her research and the significance of her endeavor. Unfazed, Clara confidently articulates her findings, convincing some of the skeptics that there is value in her pursuit, igniting a spark of respect in the group. With renewed energy, she engages them in deeper discussions, eager to learn from their experiences, while feeling increasingly validated in her ambitions. As the conversation deepens, Clara eagerly asks for advice on navigating the complexities of the uncharted ruins, revealing her genuine thirst for knowledge. Dr. Parker leans forward, his demeanor shifting from skeptical to mentoring, sharing strategies for successful excavation and the importance of engaging with the local community. He warns her about potential pitfalls, recounting his own experiences with underestimated sites that led to setbacks, and the necessity of thorough preparation. Clara listens intently, jotting down notes as he speaks, the weight of his insights inspiring her to refine her expedition plans further. However, another scholar, a younger colleague named Jenna, interjects, suggesting that Clara might be too focused on her ambition to realize the potential dangers that come with exploration. This moment creates a flicker of doubt in Clara's mind, yet she feels empowered by the challenge, resolving to embrace caution without sacrificing her desire for discovery. Clara thanks the group for their insights, feeling a surge of gratitude as their wealth of knowledge fuels her determination. As she prepares to leave, Dr. Parker hands her a resource guide filled with crucial information about local archaeological practices and contacts for further assistance. Trust your instincts, Clara, he advises, his tone sincere, but always remember to tread carefully on the ground you explore. Clara nods, his words resonating deep within her as she contemplates the balance required between ambition and caution. Outside, the sun shines brightly, invigorating her for the journey ahead. But Jenna's earlier comments linger in her mind, reminding her of the responsibility she carries. Despite the doubts, Clara feels more equipped than ever, her interactions reaffirming her belief that she can navigate the complexities of her mission while remaining open to guidance from others. Clara steps back into the vibrant marketplace, feeling the energy of the crowd wrap around her like a comforting embrace. The conversations of locals wash over her, a symphony of voices discussing daily life and historical tales, reinforcing her sense of belonging in this community. As she walks, she glances at a stall selling ancient replicas, her heart racing at the thought of the real artifacts she aims to uncover. She briefly stops to admire a piece, envisioning how it connects to the stories she's passionate about, the desire to explore deepening within her. In the back of her mind, she knows the challenges ahead. However, she feels emboldened by the knowledge she has gained and the supportive connections she's made. With a renewed sense of determination, Clara sets off toward her next destination, ready to transform her ambitions into reality as she embraces the journey ahead. Chapter 3: The Search for Allies. Clara finds herself standing at the entrance of a bustling community center, where a gathering of local explorers and historians is set to take place. The vibrant colors of handmade banners hanging above the threshold welcome her, but a flutter of anxiety lingers in her chest as she considers the unfamiliar faces inside. Taking a deep breath, she crosses the threshold and enters the room. Immediately affected by the buzz of conversation and the smell of fresh coffee wafting through the air. Eagerly, she scans the crowd, noting small clusters of people, exchanging stories and ideas, their expressions animated with passion for their shared interests. Clara's heart races with excitement and nervousness as she moves deeper into the center, determined to connect with potential allies who could bolster her endeavors. She approaches a table displaying maps and artifacts, hoping to engage in discussions that might foster new friendships and enrich her knowledge base. Clara approaches a small group huddled around a map, spread out on a table, their fingers tracing various routes and landmarks. With a mix of eagerness and determination, she introduces herself, explaining her upcoming expedition and the discoveries she hopes to make. The group pauses, looking up with interest, their expressions shifting from curiosity to intrigue as they hear the passion in her voice. One of the members, an older gentleman named Rufus, leans in closer, asking about the artifacts Clara has encountered, eager to learn more about her journey. She responds enthusiastically, recounting her findings and the significance they might hold, watching as the group's excitement builds at the prospect of collaborating. The exchange flows seamlessly, and Clara enjoys the camaraderie and shared knowledge, feeling increasingly empowered by the connections she is forging. As Clara engages in conversation, she picks up on the subtle dynamics within the group, a blend of camaraderie and competitive spirit. Rufus shares stories of past expeditions, his voice trembling with excitement, while another member, a young woman named Nia, listens intently, ready to challenge with her own insights. In a moment of banter, Nia interjects, questioning some of Rufus's long-held beliefs about the sites they plan to explore, prompting a constructive debate that elevates the discussion. Clara watches the interplay, appreciating the diversity of thought as it unfolds, understanding that even disagreements can spark creativity and deeper insights. Feeling inspired, she contributes her perspective on how collaboration might lead to uncovering perspectives that have been overlooked in past explorations. The exchange strengthens Clara's resolve, igniting her determination to foster unity amidst varying viewpoints as the group begins to discuss practical strategies for their upcoming projects. As the discussion continues, Clara feels a mix of excitement and nervousness rise within her. The energy in the room is palpable. She senses the importance of this moment and decides to steer the conversation towards the prospects of collaborative exploration, highlighting the opportunities that lie ahead. Imagine what we could uncover if we combined our resources, she urges, her voice firm yet encouraging, drawing the group's attention back to the potential of unity. Nia nods in agreement, quickly simulating the impact of shared knowledge on the discoveries they wish to pursue, further igniting interest among the group. Rufus, initially skeptical, softens as Clara outlines how pooling their expertise could lead to significant breakthroughs, hinting at a developing alliance. The enthusiasm in the room builds as Clara's sincere approach encourages others to consider the benefits of joining forces, fostering a renewed sense of purpose among the group. As Clara navigates the conversation, she recognizes the subtle power dynamics at play. Some members lean towards embracing collaboration, while others remain hesitant. Understanding the importance of addressing concerns, she invites the quieter team members to share their thoughts, fostering a sense of inclusion. "Is everyone on board with the idea of working together?" Clara asks, her tone open and genuine as she scans their faces for reaction. One team member, Mike, hesitates, voicing his worries about sharing credit and resources with strangers, highlighting the lingering skepticism in the room. Clara nods, acknowledging his concerns, and proposes a structure for collaboration that ensures mutual benefit and respect for everyone's contributions. Her confidence shines through as she articulates a vision where shared accomplishments amplify individual efforts. This resonates with the group, gradually persuading even the most skeptical among them. Clara feels a surge of relief as she sees the growing acceptance of her proposal. The room hums with newfound energy as discussions spark excitement among team members. They begin brainstorming potential projects, each suggestion building on the last, showcasing the collective creativity that emerges from collaboration. Clara watches as ideas flow freely, reshaping her understanding of leadership, not just as a taskmaster, but as a facilitator of shared passions and ambitions. As the group outlines plans for future expeditions, Clara feels an exhilarating sense of unity, recognizing that together they are stronger and more capable. A feeling of camaraderie envelops the room as Clara sees Sam and Nia exchanging nods of approval, their earlier disagreements fading into the background. With a smile, Clara realizes that this partnership can lead to greater discoveries, igniting a passionate drive within her to pursue their shared goals with renewed vigor. Chapter 4: The Tides of Conflict. The sun sets behind the ancient ruins, casting long shadows that stretch across the ground as Clara and her team reach the excavation site. With excitement palpable in the air, they gather around the entrance, where etched stones hint at stories long forgotten. Clara can't help but feel a mix of trepidation and exhilaration as she surveys the site, knowing that every step could lead to remarkable discoveries or unforeseen challenges. She takes a moment to ground herself, reminding the team of their shared goals and the importance of working together as they venture into the unknown. "Let's proceed with caution and keep communication open," Clara instructs, her voice steady, ensuring everyone feels supported and prepared for what awaits them. As they descend into the depths of the ruins, Clara feels the weight of history pressing upon them, igniting her curiosity and resolve to uncover the truth hidden within the stone. As Clara steps deeper into the ruins, she feels the air grow cooler and denser, thick with the weight of history surrounding her. Her flashlight beam dances across walls adorned with intricate carvings, and she pauses to study the symbols, her mind racing to interpret their meanings. With each step further in, Clara can't help but marvel at the artistry, envisioning the hands that once crafted these stories and the lives that thrived in this space. "Look at this," she calls out, pointing to a particularly ornate design that appears to be a ceremonial depiction, drawing her team closer to examine the find. They gather around, Clara facilitating discussion and encouraging each member to share their insights, fostering an environment of exploration and collaboration. As they piece together potential interpretations, Clara feels a surge of confidence in their collective knowledge, reinforcing the trust she has built within the team. As Clara delves into the carvings, she begins to uncover layers of meaning that hint at the civilization's rituals and beliefs. Her excitement is palpable, and she encourages the team to examine the symbols closely, urging them to connect what they see to their prior research. However, as the group engages in analysis, Clara senses an underlying tension between Sam and Lyra, who seem to disagree about the interpretations being proposed. Sam suggests a more conservative view, stating that their interpretations could lead to misunderstandings, while Lyra argues passionately for a more exploratory perspective. Clara feels the conflict simmering, prompting her to step in and facilitate a discussion that values both viewpoints, reminding everyone of their shared goal of discovery. By advocating for open communication, Clara demonstrates her growing leadership skills, helping her team navigate conflicts while keeping their focus on the task at hand. Tensions rise as Clara mediates between Sam and Lyra, ensuring that both perspectives are heard while keeping the discussion constructive. "Let's take a step back and consider both interpretations," she suggests, looking from Sam to Lyra, hoping to diffuse the conflict that threatens to derail their work. She invites each of them to elaborate on their viewpoints, highlighting Sam's cautious approach while also acknowledging Lyra's excitement for discovery. As they share their insights, the dialogue shifts from debate to collaboration, allowing the team to build a richer understanding of the carvings together. Clara feels a sense of relief wash over her as she sees their conflicting energies transform into a shared enthusiasm, creating an atmosphere of teamwork and openness. This moment reinforces her belief in the value of differing perspectives and how effective leadership involves not only guiding the conversation, but also fostering an environment where all voices can contribute to their shared mission. As the analysis progresses, Clara finds herself captivated by how the team's energy and insights intertwine, enriching their understanding of the ancient civilization. Feeling invigorated, she decides to lead the group deeper into the ruins, hoping to uncover more artifacts that might provide context for the carvings. "Let's document what we've learned here and keep moving," she instructs, her voice filled with urgency and excitement, prompting the team to follow her. They navigate through tight passages, Clara's flashlight illuminating the path ahead, revealing more engravings etched into the walls, each one a puzzle waiting to be solved. While the team discusses the implications of their findings, Clara notices that their confidence is increasing. The earlier tensions seem to dissipate in the face of shared curiosity. This newfound camaraderie reinforces Clara's belief in their mission, spurring her determination to lead them to deeper understanding and exploration of the site. As they venture further, Clara leads the team into a vast chamber filled with towering columns, each adorned with even more intricate carvings that seem to pulse with life. The air is cooler here, and the echoes of their footsteps reverberate softly against the stone, creating an enchanting atmosphere that heightens their sense of discovery. Clara pauses to take it all in, feeling overwhelmed with gratitude for the opportunity to explore a site so rich with history, and she urges the team to gather around. "Look at this," she points out a particularly elaborate column, its design suggesting a narrative of ancient rituals, the kind that could shed light on their previous findings. The team leans in closer, their earlier disagreements forgotten, replaced by the thrill of uncovering the past together. In that moment, Clara realizes they are not just uncovering artifacts. They are weaving a tapestry of understanding that binds their own stories with those of the civilization they study. Chapter 5, The Turning Point. As Clara and the team delve deeper into the chamber, she notices a subtle shift in the atmosphere, a heavy silence falling over the group as they process the intricate carvings around them. Their excitement begins to wane, replaced by an unspoken tension as they study a pedestal in the center of the room, where an artifact awaits their attention. The artifact appears majestic yet ominous, shimmering under the dim light and emanating an aura of both power and danger. Clara's heart races. She feels the weight of the moment pressing down on her, recognizing that this could be a pivotal breakthrough. "Everyone, let's stay together," she instructs firmly, aware that this is not just another find, but something that could change their understanding of the civilization's legacy. She approaches the pedestal cautiously, preparing to examine the artifact while urging the team to maintain focus and caution as they take in the historic importance of what lies before them. Clara steps closer to the pedestal, her breath catching in her throat as she examines the artifact resting there. A beautifully crafted orb etched with symbols that seem to shimmer in the low light. Kneeling down, she inspects the intricate designs, feeling a connection to the civilization that created it, imagining the stories it could tell. Look at these markings, she calls to her team, pointing out how they align with the symbols from the earlier carvings, forging a connection between the past and their current expedition. As she carefully reaches out to touch the orb, a sudden noise echoes through the chamber. Footsteps approaching from the darkened entrance, alarming the team. Clara's instincts kick in. She quickly pulls her hand back, signaling for the team to stay alert as she scans the shadows for the source of the noise. The anticipation and adrenaline rising in the air urge Clara to regroup her thoughts, preparing to protect both the artifact and her team from whatever or whoever might be coming their way. The footsteps grow louder, and Clara exchanges uneasy glances with her team, sensing a shift in the energy around them. "Everyone, quiet," she whispers, feeling the weight of the moment as she crouches slightly, preparing for whatever is about to unfold. The dim light flickers, casting eerie shadows on the walls as a figure emerges from the dark. A local, a face they recognize from the town, but one they had not anticipated finding here. "Did you really think you could just come here and take whatever you wanted?" the figure says, a blend of anger and desperation in their voice. Clara steps forward, her pulse racing, trying to defuse the situation. "We're not here to take anything. We seek to understand and share knowledge." The intensity of the local's gaze challenges her resolve, but Clara stands firm, determined to protect not just the artifact, but also the cooperative spirit she believes in. The tension in the chamber thickens as Clara locks eyes with the local, sensing the anger and fear that fuels their confrontation. "Do you think you can just come into our land and uncover our secrets without consequence?" the local demands, stepping closer, their voice a mixture of warning and accusation. Clara feels her heart race, but maintains her composure, knowing this moment could define the future of their expedition. "We want to learn about the past so that we can honor it," Clara replies, her voice steady. "We seek to preserve history, not exploit it." The local hesitates, eyebrows furrowing as Clara's sincerity breaks through their defenses, but the skepticism lingers in their expression. "Prove it," the local finally states, crossing their arms. "Show that you respect what this place holds, and maybe then I'll reconsider." Clara nods, taking this as her challenge. Resolved to demonstrate the integrity of their intentions while fostering a fragile trust between them. Clara takes a step back, breathing deeply to gather her thoughts as she considers the locals' challenge. "Let's collaborate," she proposes, opening her hands to convey honesty and openness. She explains how they can work together to document the history of the site, promising to include the local community in their findings and share the knowledge gained. "I want to honor the stories this place holds," Clara continues, her sincerity evident in her voice. "Together, we can ensure that it isn't forgotten or misrepresented." The locals' rigid posture begins to soften, revealing a glimmer of curiosity behind their earlier skepticism. Clara sees a chance to build trust, and she shares her plans for inclusive exploration, inviting the local to guide them and remind them of the cultural significance of their discoveries. The local studies Clara's earnest expression, the flicker of skepticism in their eyes beginning to fade as curiosity takes its place. "Maybe you aren't like the others," they say slowly, their posture relaxing, "but you must understand the importance of these artifacts to our heritage." Clara nods vigorously, acknowledging the weight of those words, and feels a surge of relief as the tension between them shifts into a tentative alliance. "Absolutely," she replies, her voice steady. "Every piece we uncover tells a story, and I want to ensure those stories include the voices of your community." The local looks around at Clara's team, gauging their sincerity, before finally speaking again. "If you're truly committed, then let's see if you can honor that promise." With a renewed sense of purpose, Clara responds, "I will. Let's work together to make sure the history we reveal is just and respected." This agreement solidifies their partnership, marking a turning point for Clara and her team as they embark on a journey intertwined with the very culture they seek to understand. Chapter 6, The Test of Loyalty. With their newfound alliance established, Clara gathers her team to discuss the next steps of the expedition, feeling a mixture of excitement and determination. The setting sun casts a warm glow across the landscape, illuminating the path before them as they prepare to move deeper into the ancient site. Let's start with the area near the pedestal where we found the orb, Clara instructs, detailing their plans while maintaining a sense of urgency. She notices her team's energy shifting. The earlier tension dissipates as anticipation for discovery electrifies the air. Clara assigns roles again, this time with input from the local ally, who shares insights on the best methods to approach the site, blending their knowledge seamlessly. As they discuss strategy, Clara feels a sense of purpose radiating from her, the collaborative spirit enhancing her confidence in their shared mission. As the team mobilizes, Clara leads them to the area surrounding the pedestal, feeling the air thick with anticipation and the unspoken weight of their discoveries. She pauses to assess the surroundings, taking in the details of the environment that might affect their strategy. The terrain is rocky and uneven, with roots jutting out from the ground like the fingers of the ancient past. "Let's establish a perimeter first," Clara suggests, directing some team members to scout the area for potential dangers, as others prepare to document their findings. The local ally shares insights about the safest paths through the rubble, warning them to tread carefully in areas prone to sudden shifts. Clara watches as her team begins to execute their tasks with newfound focus, their synergy improving with each passing moment. She feels a swell of pride as they work together, reminding her of the strength that lies in collaboration, and she reinforces their unity by stepping in to help where needed, ready to face whatever the site may reveal. As the team sets up their workspace, Clara directs her attention to the effect of their earlier discussions, noticing how the shared contribution fosters a sense of ownership among team members. She sees Lyra and Sam collaborating closely, exchanging ideas and information on the findings, their earlier conflicts seemingly forgotten as they embrace their roles in this new dynamic. Clara takes a moment to assess the progress. Team members are documenting symbols, taking measurements, and sharing observations, each playing a crucial role in the mission. While they work, Clara overhears snippets of conversation. The excitement in their voices reflects a burgeoning belief in their collective capabilities. She steps in occasionally, providing guidance or encouragement, which reinforces her leadership stance, while also recognizing the strength of her team's evolving partnerships. Watching them engage with the artifacts, Clara feels reassured. This journey is not just about the discoveries, but about the relationships they are building along the way. As Clara observes the team diving into their tasks, she notices a distinct shift in the environment. A growing excitement mingled with tension is palpable in the air. Lyra approaches her, enthusiasm radiating from her as she shares a fascinating connection she found between the artifacts and local folklore, weaving a narrative that could enhance their understanding of the site. Clara listens intently, feeling the thrill of discovery as Lyra speaks, and she eagerly encourages her to present this insight to the rest of the team, believing it could build further engagement and collaboration. However, just as they turn to call the group together, a distant rumble echoes through the passage, startling everyone and causing Clara's heart to race. "Everyone, stay alert," Clara shouts, her voice slicing through the chatter, drawing the team's focus back to their surroundings and reinforcing her role as a leader amidst the rising tension. She quickly organizes the team to secure the area, outlining immediate tasks for everyone, demonstrating her adaptability and keeping the team united and focused on their mission. Clara directs the team as they quickly secure their positions, her voice steady and authoritative amidst the chaos. "Check the surroundings for loose debris and ensure the artifacts are protected," she instructs, her eyes scanning for potential hazards as the rumbling continues softly. Her assertiveness inspires confidence, and the team jumps into action, spreading out but remaining within each other's sight, working swiftly to safeguard their findings. As they adjust to the unexpected situation, Clara catches a worried glance from Sam, whose initial hesitation is evident again. She makes a mental note to address his concerns after the dust settles. While everyone moves with purpose, Clara focuses on maintaining control, realizing that her ability to lead effectively during this moment tests the strength of their bond and collaboration. With each action they take, Clara feels a renewed determination understanding that this incident could either strengthen their resolve or drive a wedge between them, and she is committed to ensuring the former. As the rumbling subsides, Clara regroups her team, calling everyone back together in a tight circle to assess the situation. "Okay, everyone, let's take a moment and breathe," Clara says, noting the tension in their faces, but feeling the adrenaline coursing through her own veins. She quickly checks in on Alex, who is still visibly shaken but uninjured, reinforcing the importance of staying calm under pressure. Clara encourages the team to share any observations they made during the chaos, allowing them to articulate their thoughts and reflect on their rapid responses. This openness creates a supportive atmosphere, and Clara sees their confidence rebuilding as they realize they navigated the unsettling moment together. Feeling empowered by their resilience, Clara leads them to refocus on their objectives, reminding everyone that their mission is still within reach, even amidst unpredictability. Chapter 7: The Hidden Truth. As Clara and her team explore the lush forests surrounding the ancient site, she stumbles upon a clearing that feels charged with a sense of hidden secrets. The sunlight filters through the dense canopy, illuminating intricate patterns in the undergrowth, and Clara's heart races with anticipation. In the center of the clearing stands a large stone structure, partially covered in moss and vines, its surface etched with symbols that echo their previous discoveries. Clara feels drawn to the stones, and as she approaches, an overwhelming sense of history washes over her, igniting her curiosity further. She gestures for the team to gather around, eager to share the excitement of potential findings that could deepen their understanding of the civilization they study. "Listen," she says, her voice steady and confident. "I believe this structure could hold more secrets. We need to investigate it carefully." Clara kneels beside the stone structure, closely examining the carvings while her team gathers around, curiosity mingling with excitement. She points out notable symbols, explaining their potential significance based on her previous research and the connections they've unearthed in the forest. "Look at this depiction," she says, tracing her finger over a carving of a figure that seems to be performing a ritual, illustrating themes of community and reverence for the past. The team leans closer, their interest piqued, as she elaborates on how these narratives inform their understanding of the civilization they're exploring. Since their earlier encounters, Clara has become more confident in presenting her insights, visibly engaging her teammates with fervor as she explains the historical context. With every word, she feels a deeper connection to her role, invigorated by the collaborative spirit, knowing they stand on the cusp of profound discoveries yet to be made. As Clara dives deeper into her explanation, she notices hesitation creeping into the expressions of some team members. Sam remains skeptical, crossing his arms as he studies the carvings, his brow furrowed. "What makes you so sure this structure is related to the artifacts we found? We can't jump to conclusions." Clara pauses, feeling a ripple of tension in the air, but she takes a breath, choosing to engage rather than dismiss his concerns. "Every culture has its patterns and purposes in their architecture," she replies, maintaining her composure. "By carefully examining these connections, we can uncover significant insights that may have been overlooked." Lyra nods in agreement, supporting Clara's stance and encouraging the group to consider the potential of their initial impressions. Clara's heart races as she witnesses the conflicting viewpoints, appreciating the robust discussion while also recognizing the need for unity as they proceed. Clara senses the growing tension and decides to redirect the discussion, emphasizing the importance of their mission and the value of multiple perspectives. "Why don't we explore this structure further before making any judgments?" she proposes, her voice steady, inviting everyone to engage with the site actively. The team members exchange glances, weighing her words as Clara steps back to allow them to voice their thoughts freely. "Yes, let's see what else we can find." Lyra chimes in, her enthusiasm rekindled, suggesting that they split up and examine different sections of the stonework. Sam still appears hesitant, but nods along, reluctant yet intrigued by the possibility that Clara's approach might unveil something they hadn't considered. Seeing their reactions, Clara feels a surge of determination to foster cooperation among them, ready to guide the group toward deeper understanding while remaining open to all opinions. With the group motivated, Clara leads them as they fan out to examine the stonework more closely, her heart racing with anticipation for what they might discover. She kneels beside a series of carvings, running her fingers over the intricate designs as she whispers observations about their potential meanings, eager to document everything for further analysis. Meanwhile, she keeps an eye on Sam, who is meticulously inspecting a different section, still weighing the validity of Clara's interpretations, but visibly intrigued by her enthusiasm. Lyra enthusiastically shares her findings with the team, exclaiming over an undamaged symbol that seems to hold significant cultural relevance, which fuels the collective excitement. Clara feels a spark of triumph as discussions flourish, a testament to their collaborative spirit, revitalizing the team's dynamic and pushing doubts to the fringes. Her confidence swells. She knows that encouraging dialogue and exploration in a united front will lead them to valuable insights that honor the civilization they are studying. As Clara continues her exploration, she discovers a hidden panel within the stone structure, subtly concealed by vines and debris. Her heart quickens as she clears away the foliage, revealing a series of symbols unlike those seen before, their intricacies hinting at important narratives waiting to be uncovered. Excitedly, she calls the team over to witness the discovery, urging them to gather around as she carefully examines the details etched into the stone. "Look at this," she exclaims, pointing to the symbols, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "This could change everything we thought we knew." The team leans in closer, their skepticism fading as they recognize the potential significance of the new findings. Clara's passion ignites a spark among them, rallying everyone together as they contemplate the implications of their discovery, transforming their mission into an even more meaningful quest for knowledge. Chapter 8, The Pivotal Choice. The atmosphere shifts dramatically as Clara and her team begin to piece together the new findings, excitement mingling with an undercurrent of apprehension. Clara gathers her notes and artifacts, eager to present the evidence of their discoveries, yet aware that the implications could be immense. "Everyone, the patterns we've uncovered here could lead us to understand the rituals of this civilization in ways we never anticipated," she says, her voice steady, calling for the team's attention. As she brings the group together, Clara's enthusiasm radiates, pushing aside any lingering doubts about the path they're on. However, she senses a hesitance in Sam as he steps forward, his brow furrowed with concern. "But what if we're misinterpreting these symbols? We need to tread carefully," he warns, caution threading through his words. Clara acknowledges his concerns, knowing they are valid, but she feels a surge of determination to convince the team that their discoveries are worth pursuing further. Clara takes a deep breath, her thoughts racing as she processes Sam's caution. "Let's not rush to conclusions," she replies, her voice calm but firm. "We can analyze these findings more thoroughly and consult additional resources before making any claims." She quickly suggests a plan to cross-reference their discoveries with local historical texts, urging the team to gather as much information as possible before drawing definitive conclusions. "By working together, we can ensure that we honor the truth of what these artifacts represent," Clara states, emphasizing the importance of accuracy and respect in their pursuit. The team nods in agreement, their expressions visibly shifting from skepticism to anticipation as she lays out the revised plan methodically. Clara feels a sense of relief wash over her, her ability to adapt and maintain focus on the process, reinforcing her role as a leader. And she is ready to tackle the next steps in their journey. As the team disperses to collect additional information, Clara feels a renewed sense of purpose infuse her every action. She heads to the local library, her earlier enthusiasm driving her forward, mentally compiling a list of texts that could shed light on their recent findings. Upon arrival, Clara quickly locates a nearby scholar who specializes in ancient civilizations, hoping to glean insights from their expertise. "I found some symbols that I believe link to rituals specific to our recent discoveries," she explains eagerly, presenting her findings and emphasizing her commitment to accuracy. The scholar listens attentively, and Clara is encouraged by their thoughtful nods, a sense of validation beginning to blossom within her. However, the scholar challenges her interpretations with counterexamples from existing literature, prompting Clara to reconsider her conclusions and seek clarity as their discussion deepens. As the scholar presents counterexamples, Clara feels a mix of frustration and determination rise within her. She quickly jots down notes, processing the information while actively engaging in the discussion, ready to address the challenge head-on. While these interpretations are valid, I believe the context we uncovered brings a new layer to understanding these symbols, she argues, her voice steady and passionate. The scholar raises an eyebrow, intrigued yet skeptical, prompting Clara to further articulate her perspective and the connections she has drawn from their recent discoveries. Clara's confidence grows as she speaks, and she begins to see the impact of her earlier experiences shape how she navigates this moment of conflict. Through her fervent commitment to accuracy and collaboration, Clara realizes that each challenge she faces further solidifies her resolve and enhances her understanding of the complexities of her mission. Clara listens intently as the scholar shares additional insights, weaving a broader narrative thread that connects artifacts to cultural practices previously overlooked. As they delve deeper, she begins to integrate these new perspectives, formulating a revised interpretation of their findings that accounts for the alternative evidence presented. She captures the information in her notes, excitement bubbling within her as she realizes how much richer their understanding has become through this dialogue. Seeing the scholar's initial caution soften into curiosity shows Clara that her adaptability is paying off, building a bridge of trust between them. "Let's collaborate on a paper," she suggests, her eyes alight with enthusiasm. "Together, we can further explore these connections and share valuable insights with our communities." The scholar nods, intrigued by the proposal, as Clara feels a sense of accomplishment. Her willingness to engage and adjust has created an opportunity for meaningful collaboration. As Clara leaves the library, a sense of exhilaration courses through her. The discussions have reignited her passion for archaeology and the pursuit of knowledge. The sun casts a warm glow on her face, and she takes a moment to appreciate the vibrant world around her, feeling more connected than ever to her mission. She walks towards her team, ready to share the insights she gained, but also aware of the importance of incorporating their experiences and perspectives into the evolving narrative. Reaching them, Clara feels a renewed determination to lead with empathy, excited to discuss the potential implications of the new connections they uncovered together. "Everyone, I have some great insights to share," she announces, her voice bright with enthusiasm, which sparks curiosity among her teammates. Clara realizes that her growth is not just about individual accomplishments, but about weaving her journey together with the stories of her team, setting the stage for future discoveries. Chapter 9. The Temptation to Retreat. As Clara and her team head back to the campsite after a long day of exploration, a distant rumble of thunder interrupts their chatter. The sky darkens ominously, casting eerie shadows across the landscape, mirroring the unease beginning to settle within the group. Clara glances at the horizon and her heart sinks. The weather could force them to retreat or stall their progress, jeopardizing the momentum they've built. "Let's hurry and secure the area before the storm hits," she calls out, her voice firm and decisive, spurring the team into action. They work quickly, gathering supplies and equipment, Clara directing tasks with a sense of urgency as she assesses the situation. Despite her internal worry, she feels a surge of determination. They've fought too hard to let a storm stand in their way, and she's committed to pushing through any obstacles that arise. As the team secures their camp, Clara reorganizes their supplies, ensuring everything is shielded from the increasing winds that whip through the trees. She feels the tension in the air, a palpable mix of urgency and apprehension as the horizon continues to darken with each passing minute. Sam approaches, his brow creased with concern, and suggests they consider retreating to a nearby village until the storm passes, his voice drenched in caution. Clara weighs his words, recognizing the validity of his worries, but also feeling the pressure of their mission pressing against her resolve. Retreating might mean losing our chance to gather crucial data, she responds, her tone deliberate. Let's wait and see how severe it gets before making a decision. With a firm nod, she reaffirms her commitment to pushing forward, determined to balance caution with the ambition that has driven them this far. Clara scans the campsite as the storm clouds roll closer, feeling the tension among her team members escalate. Let's take a moment to regroup, she calls out, gathering everyone around the fire pit, which flickers ominously in the growing wind. The team looks at her expectantly, and she senses their uncertainty. They are ready for direction, but also weary of the looming storm. What do we do if we can't finish our work today? Lyra asks, her voice tinged with anxiety, lending weight to the feelings swirling in the group. Clara takes a breath, recalling the importance of keeping team morale high amid adversity. We adapt. We can still do background research or finalize our analysis of what we've found so far. This suggestion begins to ease the tension as she encourages everyone to share their ideas on how to use the time efficiently, shifting their focus from worry to productivity. With the team settling into their new tasks, Clara observes the dynamics shift as they begin to collaborate on finalizing their findings from earlier in the day. She encourages individuals to interview each other about their discoveries, fostering dialogue that draws out insights and reflections from all members. The atmosphere lightens slightly as laughter and friendly banter mix with serious discussion, a sign of the camaraderie she has worked to build within the team. Amid the exchanges, Clara notices Sam and Lyra standing together, their earlier tension seemingly resolved as they compare notes on their findings. This shift in cooperation fills Clara with pride. She recognizes that her leadership style is evolving, successfully inspiring trust and teamwork in moments of uncertainty. As they work, Clara feels a sense of unity grow stronger, reinforcing her belief that adaptability is key to overcoming challenges and achieving shared goals. As the wind begins to pick up, Clara remains attentive, ensuring that the group's productivity doesn't wane despite the looming storm outside. She checks in with individuals, asking about the progress they've made and encouraging them to share any new insights they've gathered from each other. Let's keep our spirits high, Clara calls out, her voice resonating with enthusiasm. We're making great strides even in this weather. Her words ignite a spirited response, with team members exchanging ideas more freely, their focus momentarily shifting from the storm to the discoveries they feel passionate about. Clara realizes that maintaining this momentum is crucial, and she reminds them to document their findings thoroughly, reinforcing the sense of purpose within the group. As they work, she finds comfort in their shared dedication, recognizing that their collective effort will transcend the immediate challenges they face, creating a deeper bond among them. As the storm begins to pour down outside, Clara stands at the edge of the campsite, peering into the thickening rain. She can hear the deluge tapping against the canvas of their tents, but feels a resolute calm, having navigated through worse with her team by her side. Let's regroup and make our next steps clear, she calls out, her voice cutting through the noise, rallying the team around her once more. The team gathers close, their expressions reflecting a mix of determination and wariness, as Clara outlines their plan for evenings ahead, focusing on what they can do inside while it pours outside. Tonight, we'll analyze our findings and discuss the next locations we want to explore when the weather clears, she proposes, making sure everyone feels included in the decision-making process. Feeling their trust in her leadership solidifying, Clara senses a profound connection among the team, their commitment to the mission unwavering despite the circumstances. Chapter 10. Navigating the Unknown. As the storm finally calms and the rain tapers off, Clara steps outside, taking in the refreshed, earthy air. The sun breaks through the clouds, casting a golden light across the landscape, highlighting the droplets shimmering on leaves and stones. With renewed energy, Clara gathers her team, eager to refocus on their mission after the enforced pause. Let's assess our notes and plans and revisit the sites we've discussed, she suggests, her voice filled with palpable excitement. The team nods in agreement, buzzing with anticipation for what lies ahead, their spirits lifted by the clearing weather. Clara captures their enthusiasm, aware that the experiences of the storm have only strengthened their resolve, igniting her own passion for the discoveries waiting to be made. Clara leads the team to a nearby clearing where they previously discovered the intricate stone carvings. As they gather around the site, Clara encourages everyone to pull out their notes and materials, excited to compare findings and share ideas. "Let's dive into what we've learned so far and brainstorm our next moves," she states, her enthusiasm palpable as she gestures towards the carvings. The team begins to discuss their previous discoveries, examining connections that have emerged, and Clara feels the familiar hum of creativity and collaboration spark in the air. They take turns sharing their insights, and Clara listens intently, facilitating the conversation to ensure everyone's voice is heard, nurturing the vibrant atmosphere of teamwork they've cultivated. Watching her team engage deeply with the material, she feels a surge of pride, recognizing how their collaborative spirit has transformed their mission into something greater than individual pursuits. As Clara facilitates the discussion, she notices the eagerness in her team members. Their ideas flow freely, each suggestion building on the last. Lyra passionately describes a theory about the significance of the markings found on the stones, inspiring excitement and prompting others to contribute their observations. "That could align with what we've seen in the previous sites," Sam adds, his earlier doubts fading as he engages more actively with the team. Clara encourages further exploration of their ideas, inviting everyone to suggest how they can incorporate new knowledge into their strategic planning. The synergy in the group intensifies, with Clara feeling empowered to steer the conversation in productive directions, reinforcing her growth as a leader. This collaborative moment reaffirms Clara's belief in the power of teamwork, as they collectively shape their mission and foster a deeper understanding of their work ahead. Clara gathers everyone's attention, her excitement building as she shares a specific idea based on their discussions. "I believe if we focus on this area first, we might uncover connections we haven't yet explored," she states, pointing to a section of the map on her notebook. As she outlines the proposed plan, she glances around at her team, gauging their reactions. The anticipation is almost tangible in the air. However, just as momentum builds, a team member raises a concern about the area's accessibility and potential risks involving rival explorers lurking nearby. "I understand your concerns," Clara responds, ready to address the fear, "but we prepared for those risks, and I think we can outmaneuver them with our knowledge and collaborative spirit." Determined, Clara reinforces her belief that confronting their fears together will only make them stronger, galvanizing their trust as they prepare to act on this new plan. With the plan in motion, Clara feels a rush of energy as she assigns roles for the upcoming exploration, invigorating the team with a sense of purpose. "Sam, I want you to lead the scouting team. Scout out ahead and ensure the path is clear," she instructs, her tone confident and encouraging. Sam nods vigorously, a spark of determination igniting in his eyes, and Clara knows this responsibility will reinforce their renewed partnership. To Lyra, she hands a set of tools, stating, "You'll lead the analysis of the carvings once we reach the site. Your insights will be crucial." Lyra accepts the tools with a determined smile, clearly energized by the role Clara has entrusted to her. As Clara distributes tasks, she feels a deep sense of unity among her teammates, each person contributing to the collective goal, solidifying their bond as they prepare for the journey ahead. As the team gathers their equipment and prepares to depart, Clara feels a surge of excitement coursing through her. The sun hangs low in the sky, casting a warm glow over their path, amplifying her eagerness to uncover the hidden knowledge waiting ahead. "Let's make every moment count," Clara says, her voice ringing with enthusiasm as she motivates her team to stay alert and focused as they embark on their journey. They nod in agreement, a renewed sense of camaraderie enveloping them as they set off together, united by a common goal and Clara's infectious energy. With each step deeper into the forest, Clara reflects on how far they have come, believing that the trials they've faced have only strengthened their resolve. The thrill of discovery intertwines with a sense of responsibility as Clara leads her team forward, ready to face whatever challenges await them, and committed to honoring the stories they seek to unveil. Chapter 11, Forming Alliances. As Clara and her team approach the ancient site, a palpable tension fills the air, a mix of excitement and uncertainty hanging over them like a dense fog. The ruins emerge through the trees, their stone structures partially swallowed by nature, and Clara feels her heart quicken at the sight. This is the moment they've been working towards. She pauses, taking a deep breath to steady her nerves, reminding herself of the thorough preparations they've made for this encounter. "Let's proceed cautiously," she instructs, her voice calm yet firm, urging everyone to stay alert as they step into the clearing. As the team moves closer to the ruins, Clara feels a profound connection to the history surrounding them, mingled with a hint of apprehension about what they might uncover. This is not just a search for knowledge, it is a test of their resolve, and she is determined to lead her team through it, ready to embrace whatever challenges lie ahead. As they enter the clearing, Clara notices intricate carvings and weathered stones, each etched with stories waiting to be revealed. She leads the group to the largest structure, pointing out the significance of the markings and their potential connections to the civilization they study. "Let's document everything we find here," Clara instructs, her excitement palpable as she feels the weight of history pressing around them. The team fans out, notebooks in hand, ready to record observations while Clara begins to analyze the carvings more closely. She carefully compares them with her earlier notes, striving to connect the dots and uncover the deeper meanings behind the symbols. Every new detail brings her closer to understanding the civilization's practices, reinforcing her determination to honor their legacy through meticulous research. As Clara bends to inspect a detailed carving near the base of the structure, she hears a voice calling out behind her. Sam approaches, a concerned expression on his face as he shares his thoughts on the markings, questioning their interpretations and suggesting a more cautious approach. "Are we sure we're reading these correctly? We could be jumping to conclusions," he states, his tone laced with skepticism. Clara feels a flash of frustration, but reminds herself of the importance of considering all perspectives, especially from someone who has been her ally throughout the journey. "Let's not discount our findings too quickly," she replies, keeping her voice steady. "We can analyze them together and see if we can uncover something new." This interaction reveals the underlying tensions as Clara acknowledges Sam's concerns while also affirming her confidence in their collective knowledge and capabilities. Clara gestures for Sam to join her at the carving, eager to clarify her perspective. "Look at this symbol here," she says, tracing her finger along the lines of a figure that resembles a ceremonial dance, hoping to convey its importance. As she explains her reasoning, she notices Sam's expression soften slightly, a flicker of interest breaking through his skepticism. The more she shares, the more engaged he becomes, his earlier doubts fading as he leans in closer to study the carving alongside her. "I see what you mean," he admits, nodding while his hand moves to highlight a different part of the carving, suggesting that they explore additional connections together. This moment of collaboration reinforces Clara's belief in the power of open dialogue, allowing both their interpretations to shine light on new possibilities within their work. The atmosphere in the clearing shifts as more team members gather around Clara and Sam, drawn in by the renewed energy of discussion. Clara takes this opportunity to encourage everyone to voice their interpretations of the carvings, opening the floor for collaboration and dialogue. "Every perspective is valuable," she emphasizes, her voice warm yet firm, inviting other team members to share their insights openly. Lyra adds her thoughts about the potential rituals associated with the symbols, suggesting connections to local folklore that could enhance their understanding. As the group engages in spirited conversation, Clara feels a sense of unity forming among them, reinforcing the bond strengthened through mutual exploration and learning. This collaborative energy invigorates Clara, allowing her to see the importance of each team member's contribution and confirming that their collective efforts will lead to new discoveries. As discussions flourish, Clara feels a wave of gratitude for the team's collaboration, the vibrant energy around them enriching the expedition's purpose. She looks around at their engaged faces, each member contributing unique insights, and it becomes clear how much they have grown together since their first exploration. "Let's document our findings," Clara suggests, pulling out her notebook and preparing to record their collective interpretations of the symbols. The team erupts into action, eager to consolidate their insights, with Lyra taking charge of organizing notes, while Sam supports her with additional context from his earlier observations. Clara watches them work in harmony, her heart swelling with pride as she realizes they are no longer just individuals pursuing a quest. They are now a cohesive team driven by a shared mission. In this moment, Clara understands that their journey is not only about uncovering history, but also about building relationships that can withstand the challenges they face ahead. Chapter 12, The Successful Discovery. As Clara's team gathers their findings from the day's exploration, she feels a surge of accomplishment ripple through the group. They surround a large table covered in artifacts and notes, the air thick with anticipation as Clara prepares to analyze their combined efforts. She starts by reviewing the newly uncovered symbols, highlighting the connections drawn from their discussions, and noting how they weave together a richer narrative than before. "Look at how this aligns with what we found at the last site," Clara points out, excitement threading through her voice as she brings their prior discoveries into the conversation. The team leans in, their attention captured by the potential implications of their findings, a sense of unity bolstering their enthusiasm for what lies ahead. Clara feels a thrill of anticipation. This moment represents not just progress, but the promise of uncovering even more hidden truths in the days to come. Clara dives into the analysis, methodically arranging the artifacts based on the newly learned insights from their previous discussions. Her hands move with purpose, meticulously sorting items that align with specific cultural practices and legends, piecing together the tapestry of history they aim to uncover. The team watches closely, some taking notes while others eagerly position artifacts for further analysis, inspired by Clara's focus and attention to detail. As they work, Clara senses the energy shift, the excitement inching back into the air as they discover connections that validate their earlier theories. However, an unexpected artifact catches Clara's attention, a small, intricately designed piece that had been overlooked, and she instinctively feels its significance. "Wait, everyone. Let's look at this one more closely," she calls out, her heart racing at the thought of what this piece could reveal. Determined to leave no stone unturned, Clara holds the newly discovered artifact in her hands, its surface cool to the touch, and runs her fingers along the delicate engravings. "Look at this detail," she exclaims, drawing the team's attention as she holds it up to the light, revealing an intricate pattern that seems to tell a story of its own. The team leans in closer, their expressions shifting from curiosity to fascination as they begin to speculate on its significance and possible connections to their findings. Sam, who initially appeared skeptical, now steps forward, captivated by the potential insights this artifact could yield. "I think this might tie in with the symbols we found earlier," he suggests, excitement sparking in his voice as he recalls previous discussions, blending ideas from various artifacts. Clara feels a wave of satisfaction. This moment reflects the growth of her team, where collaboration turns what could have been a solitary analysis into a communal revelation, each member contributing to something larger than themselves. As the team buzzes with excitement over the new artifact, Clara senses the lingering doubts from earlier discussions beginning to dissolve. She encourages everyone to share their thoughts, facilitating dialogue that allows each member's insights to surface, blending their varying perspectives into a cohesive analysis. "Let's see how this correlates with what we've documented before," Clara suggests, urging the team to pull out their notes and references, creating a web of interconnected ideas. The atmosphere lightens as the group begins to interact more openly, with laughter and animated discussions replacing earlier tension. However, amidst the enthusiasm, Clara catches a glimpse of apprehension on Lyra's face as she expresses concern about the credibility of their findings and the potential for misinterpretation. "While we locate connections, we also need to maintain a critical perspective," Lyra emphasizes, reminding them that their interpretations must be rooted in thorough research and respect for the past. Clara acknowledges Lyra's concerns, taking a moment to consider the implications of their findings and the need for careful deliberation. "Absolutely, I agree," she responds, her voice steady, aiming to address any lingering apprehension within the group. "We should document our interpretations, but also be transparent about our uncertainties, ensuring we're approaching our analysis responsibly." In that moment, Clara reassures the team that part of their journey involves navigating complexities and recognizing when to dig deeper or hold back. The team members nod, reassured by her balanced perspective, as Clara emphasizes the importance of combining ambition with academic rigor in their exploration. Feeling a renewed sense of trust among her team, Clara knows that this balance will not only enhance their credibility, but also solidify their bond as they move forward with their discoveries. With the team feeling more aligned, Clara takes a step back, ready to assess their progress and next steps. She suggests they organize a workshop to delve deeper into their findings, inviting team members to present individual research and interpretations based on what they've uncovered. "Let's turn our discoveries into a collaborative project," she advises, noting how shared knowledge can enrich their understanding even further. The team buzzes with excitement at the prospect, each member eager to showcase what they've learned. Clara feels a swell of pride as she sees their enthusiasm, recognizing that the group has matured into a cohesive unit where everyone's contributions are valued. This initiative not only solidifies her leadership, but also sets the stage for future successes, reminding Clara that collaboration will be key in overcoming the challenges that lie ahead. Chapter 13, The Trust Test. As Clara and her team navigate through the dense underbrush, the excitement of discovery thrums in the air around them. They approach an area marked on their map, one that Clara believes could hold critical links to their recent findings. With her heart racing, she leads the way, encouraging the team to keep their eyes peeled for any artifacts or signs of the civilization they are studying. Suddenly, Clara spots a faint outline of a structure partially concealed by foliage, her breath catching in her throat as she gestures for the team to halt. "Here, this could be it," she exclaims, urging everyone to gather around as they assess the situation together. The energy shifts as they realize they may be on the brink of uncovering yet another significant piece of history, heightening their collective anticipation. Clara kneels down, brushing away leaves and dirt to reveal more of the structure hidden beneath the surface. The stones feel cold and solid beneath her fingers, and she studies the carvings that adorn the exterior, excited to piece together their story. "Look at these details," she tells the team, her voice rising with enthusiasm. "This could provide vital context for what we've found previously." The team gathers closer, their expressions shifting from curiosity to awe as they begin to comprehend the significance of the sight before them. Clara senses the bubbling excitement and focuses on documenting every detail, eager to guide the team in analyzing their findings. With each discovery, she feels a swell of confidence. These moments reinforce her belief in their mission and the importance of collaboration within their shared journey. As Clara examines the intricate designs on the stones, she feels a shift in the atmosphere. The excitement is palpable, yet a reluctance hangs in the air. Some team members question whether they should continue exploring this site, expressing concerns about the risks they might face without ample knowledge of what lies ahead. Sam's voice rises above the rest, cautioning Clara about the potential dangers, suggesting they regroup and analyze their findings before delving deeper. Clara senses the weight of his concerns, aware of the tension brewing beneath his protective instincts. "Let's just take a few moments to get a better layout of the area before we jump in," she suggests, aiming to ease the group's worries while also staying true to her desire for exploration. Her approach encourages a thoughtful assessment, showcasing her growth as a leader, willing to listen and adapt, while keeping the team engaged in the process of discovery. Clara uses the moment to survey the area, noting the landscape's features and potential hazards that could complicate their exploration. "Okay, let's split up into 2 teams, she suggests, her voice calm and assertive, aiming to address everyone's concerns while maintaining focus. I'll take a team to investigate the interior of the structure, and I want Sam and Lyra to scout the perimeter for anything noteworthy. The team nods, the split strategy easing the tension as they realize they still have a cohesive plan while allowing for different paths of exploration. As they prepare to move, Clara feels a wave of determination wash over her, confident that her leadership is gaining traction within the group, fostering trust and collaboration. With the team organized and returning to focus, Clara leads her group into the structure, ready to uncover the mysteries hidden within its ancient walls. Her awareness of the balance between ambition and safety guides her, reinforcing her growth as a leader and her commitment to their shared mission. As Clara steps into the shadowy interior of the structure, her flashlight beams dance across the walls, revealing symbols and carvings that echo the stories from the surface. She feels a thrill of anticipation as she studies the intricate designs, urging her team to gather closer, their breaths held in awe. Look at these details. They could hold the key to understanding the civilization's beliefs, she says, her excitement palpable as she points out various inscriptions. The team begins to murmur their interpretations, the atmosphere charged with energy as their collective ideas intertwine, building upon Clara's insights. Suddenly, a low rumble reverberates through the chamber, prompting Clara to freeze. "Stay alert," she cautions, sensing the ominous change around them, her instincts kicking in as she prepares to navigate the uncertainties that threaten their progress. Clara quickly assesses the situation, her heart racing as she feels the ground beneath them tremble slightly, sending a wave of unease through the group. "Let's move back and secure our position," she instructs, her voice steady as she leads her team toward a safer part of the chamber, aiming to maintain control. They retreat cautiously, eyes darting around for any signs of further instability, and Clara can sense the tension mounting among her teammates. Once settled, Clara takes a moment to gather her thoughts, realizing the importance of recalibrating their approach in light of the physical warning they just felt. "Let's reassess what we've found and identify any critical details that might indicate why this structure is unstable," she suggests, guiding the team to focus on actionable insights rather than their fears. By fostering an atmosphere of collaboration, Clara encourages her team to delve deeper into the symbols and artifacts they have collected, emphasizing that their mission remains intact despite the obstacles they face. Chapter 14, The Mentor's Insight. With the team settled in their temporary camp, Clara prepares to meet with their local ally, Dr. Elena Hart, who has agreed to share her expertise and tools for analyzing the artifacts they've uncovered. Excitement tinged with nervousness courses through her as she arranges her notes, hoping to convey the significance of their findings in a way that showcases her growth. Clara takes a moment to gather her thoughts, feeling the weight of anticipation as she visualizes the potential knowledge Elena might impart. When Dr. Hart arrives, she is immediately struck by the aura of authority that surrounds her, her demeanor calm yet commanding. "Are you ready to dive into the intricacies of your discoveries?" Elena asks, a hint of curiosity in her voice as she sizes up Clara and the team. Clara nods confidently, ready to embrace the insights that will come from this collaboration while cherishing the chance to learn from a mentor she deeply respects. Clara leads Dr. Hart to where the artifacts are displayed, eager to showcase their findings and connect the dots they have previously uncovered. As they approach the table, Clara excitedly points out the intricate details of the orb and the inscriptions they've deciphered, hoping to convey the significance of their collective efforts. Dr. Hart examines the items closely, noting the craftsmanship and cultural relevance of each piece, her keen eyes reflecting a wealth of knowledge and experience. "Very well done," she remarks, offering insight into the nuances of their findings, which Clara eagerly absorbs, enhancing her understanding of their historical context. Clara feels a thrill of excitement as Dr. Hart shares actionable advice, suggesting methods for further analysis that she had not considered, sparking new ideas in Clara's mind. Inspired by the interaction, Clara's confidence grows, as she realizes that this mentorship is not just about knowledge transfer, but establishing a collaborative spirit that will benefit their mission. As the discussion deepens, Clara finds herself increasingly engaged with Dr. Hart, her mentor's expertise providing clarity to the complexities of their work. Dr. Hart challenges Clara to think critically about their interpretations, asking probing questions that force her to evaluate the connections they've made. Have you considered how these artifacts might reflect social structures or community roles? Alina inquires, her brow raised in curiosity as she leans in closer. Clara nods, feeling both the challenge and the opportunity for growth, appreciating that this is not just a presentation, but a collaborative exploration of ideas. Moments of doubt flicker in Clara's mind, but she pushes them aside, realizing that every question posed by Dr. Hart strengthens her understanding and sharpens her analytical skills. This dynamic deepens their relationship, with Clara recognizing Dr. Hart's role as not just a mentor, but also a catalyst for her personal and professional growth. While they continue discussing the artifacts, Clara finds herself grappling with new ideas, integrating Dr. Hart's insights into her own understanding. Let's create a comparative analysis of these findings alongside other known artifacts, Clara suggests, feeling a sense of control over the direction of their work. Dr. Hart raises an eyebrow, intrigued by Clara's proactive approach, and encourages her to explore the broader implications of their discoveries on a cultural level. Consider how these items reflect not just individual stories, but collective identities, Alina adds, pushing Clara to think about the artifacts in a new light. Clara feels a rush of inspiration, excited about the directions their research could take, and begins to jot down notes for their future analysis. The conversation flows easily, fostering a partnership that highlights Clara's ability to adapt and learn from her mentor, solidifying her growth and confidence in their collaborative project. As the discussion winds down, Clara feels an overwhelming sense of accomplishment, recognizing how far she has come both personally and academically. She reflects on the exchanges with Dr. Hart and her team, realizing that each moment of doubt transformed into a learning opportunity, solidifying her understanding of their work's impact. Thank you for your insights, Dr. Hart, Clara says earnestly, appreciating the mentorship that has shaped her approach to archaeology and collaboration. Dr. Hart smiles, nodding in acknowledgement, and encourages Clara to take the lead on presenting their findings to the broader academic community. With each passing interaction, Clara's confidence has gained momentum, and she now sees herself as more than just a participant. She is an emerging leader in her field. Determined to honor the wisdom of those who came before her, Clara feels invigorated, ready to tackle the important work ahead, and deeply committed to her continued growth. Clara steps outside the university building, feeling the weight of her experiences settle comfortably on her shoulders. The sun shines brightly overhead, and the cool breeze brushes against her skin, invigorating her spirit as she reflects on the day's progress. With the insights gained from Dr. Hart, Clara's mind races with possibilities for her upcoming presentations and how to effectively share her findings with the wider community. She decides to reach out to local historians and archaeologists, thinking about how collaboration can enhance the understanding of the past she so fervently pursues. As she moves through the grounds of the university, Clara feels a renewed sense of purpose and direction, excited about establishing connections that will expand her network and further her mission. This proactive mindset signals her transformation. She is no longer a hesitant learner, but a confident leader, ready to forge her own path in the world of archaeology. Chapter 15, Implementing Knowledge. Clara stands at the entrance of the excavation site, feeling the pulse of excitement thrumming through her as she prepares for what lies ahead. The sun hangs high, casting light on the ruins, and Clara's heart races with anticipation for the discoveries waiting to be made. She gathers her team together, their faces reflecting a mix of eagerness and determination, and outlines the day's objectives clearly, ensuring everyone is aligned. Today, we focus on the deeper layers of the site. We need to be diligent and observant, she instructs, her voice resonating with confidence as she addresses each member. Clara distributes tools and responsibilities, her movements confident and purposeful as she organizes them into teams based on their strengths. The atmosphere hums with energy as they prepare to delve into the mysteries of the site. Clara's leadership solidifying as she guides her team towards another crucial phase of their journey. As the team split up to tackle various sections of the excavation site, Clara feels a surge of purpose guiding her actions. She leads her group toward an area marked by unusual geological features, the textures of the earth intriguing her as they progress. Clara kneels down to inspect a shallow trench, her hands brushing against the soil, probing for any signs of artifacts or hidden layers beneath the surface. "Let's dig a bit here. I feel there's something worth uncovering," she says, her tone filled with conviction as she instructs her team to proceed with care. They begin digging, the sound of tools breaking through the earth rhythmically echoing in the air, and Clara's anticipation builds with each shovelful removed. In the midst of their work, Clara urges everyone to stay alert for any signs or clues, her leadership enhancing the focus and energy of her team as they forge ahead into the unknown. As the team continues their work, Clara begins to notice subtle shifts in their energy. The initial excitement starts to wane amidst the physical exertion. Some members take longer breaks, their conversations turning from enthusiastic speculation to fatigue-laden murmurs of doubt about the mission's viability. Sam approaches Clara, leaning on his shovel, and quietly expresses his concerns about their progress, voicing that it feels like they're not uncovering anything significant. Clara senses the weight of his words, a flicker of frustration creeping in as she strives to maintain the momentum they built as a team. "Well, we might be digging in the wrong area," she admits, quickly analyzing the situation, her mind racing to adapt their approach and keep spirits high. "Let's refocus on the adjacent section. It might yield better results," she suggests, her resolve firm as she encourages the team to realign their efforts and address the challenges head-on. Clara rallies the team, her energy reignited as she outlines the new plan with clear direction. "Everyone, let's shift our focus to the eastern side of the site where the geological features seem more promising," she announces, her voice ringing with confidence. The team exchanges apprehensive glances, but Clara's enthusiasm is contagious, and they gather their tools, ready for another attempt. As they begin to reposition, Lyra approaches Clara with a tentative smile, expressing her belief in the new plan while still harboring a hint of skepticism. "I trust your instincts, but we've got to be cautious. What if we find nothing there either?" she asks, her concern genuine. Clara nods, understanding the need for caution, and reassures her. "We'll document everything we find, and I'm confident that following this lead will yield results. Let's not give in to doubt." With renewed focus, Clara leads her team to the new site, their steps quickening as excitement builds in the air. As they arrive, Clara scans the area, looking for clues that might indicate where to start digging, the weight of their past disappointments pushing her to act decisively. "Let's start here," she says, pointing to a slightly elevated section of the ground that looks promising, filled with signs of erosion where artifacts might have surfaced. The team gathers around, their energy shifting from doubt to curiosity as Clara instills confidence in their collective efforts. She assigns specific tasks. Lyra and Sam begin probing the soil, while others document their findings, each member filling their role within the new strategy. Clara's leadership shines through as she manages the chaos with poise, guiding everyone through the process, ready to adapt the plan if new information arises from their exploration. As the team digs into the earth, Clara feels a mix of anticipation and determination coursing through her. The rhythmic sound of tools striking the ground resonates around them, and the atmosphere buzzes with the unspoken hope of discovery. "Keep an eye out for anything unusual," Clara urges, her voice strong, reminding them that every detail matters in their search. Suddenly, with a satisfying crunch, a team member uncovers a piece of pottery, its intricate design peeking through the dirt, igniting a wave of excitement among the group. Clara rushes over, her pulse quickening as she examines the artifact with keen interest, aware that this find could deepen their understanding of the civilization. Encouraged by the discovery, she encourages the team to continue digging in this area, reinforcing not only their current strategy, but also their ability to adapt to new revelations as they unfold. Chapter 16, The Major Obstacle. As Clara and her team continue their excavation, a sudden tremor shakes the ground beneath them, causing everyone to pause, tools clattering to the earth. Clara's heart races as she quickly assesses the situation, realizing that the instability of the terrain may jeopardize their work and mission. "Everyone, stay alert," she shouts, scanning the area for signs of danger while urging the team to move back from the edge of the excavation site. Anxiety ripples through the group as they gather together, their previous excitement now replaced with uncertainty as they process the sudden shift in their environment. Clara feels the weight of responsibility pressing down on her. Their safety is in her hands, and she must act quickly to maintain control of the situation. "Let's secure the area and check for any potential damage," she instructs firmly, determined to navigate through the chaos and ensure the team remains focused and safe. Clara springs into action, leading her team in securing their equipment and reinforcing their makeshift barriers to prevent further collapse around the excavation site. "Let's clear back a bit," she directs, moving the team away from the vulnerable edges and towards the safer areas of the ground. As they regroup, Clara organizes a quick head count, ensuring everyone is accounted for, the anxiety palpable in the air. In the midst of the chaos, Clara checks on each team member, offering reassurances and clear instructions to calm their nerves while fostering a sense of safety. "We need to assess the integrity of our findings and the walls surrounding us," she says, shifting into a problem-solving mindset, her leadership emerging strong amid uncertainty. Determined, she encourages the team to communicate any concerns or observations, setting a tone of collaboration as they navigate the immediate crisis together. As Clara assesses the area, she notices some team members still visibly shaken, their eyes darting nervously to the unstable walls of the excavation site. "Stay focused," she urges, her voice steady, and encourages those who have more experience to help calm the less experienced team members. Sam steps forward, joining Clara in reassuring the group, pointing out that they have faced challenges before and can overcome this one together. The camaraderie among the team begins to fortify as they share encouraging words and strategies, slowly rebuilding their spirits despite the shaky ground beneath them. Meanwhile, Clara keeps her attention on the structural integrity of the site, recognizing how important it is to address both the emotional and physical needs of her team at this moment. This dual focus showcases her growing leadership skills, as she navigates the complexities of keeping her team united while addressing the immediate risks they face. As the team works to stabilize their surroundings, Clara notices a few members exchanging worried glances, their interconnected anxieties bubbling to the surface. "It's important to remember why we're here," Clara reassures them, her voice firm yet empathetic, as she emphasizes the shared goals that brought them together. She encourages each team member to share their thoughts on how they can improve not only their procedures, but also support one another as they face fear and uncertainty. This open discussion allows Clara to gauge everyone's mental state and addresses the lingering doubts about their expedition's validity, reinforcing her role as a leader who cares for her team's well-being. The conversations help Clara understand that while the immediate crisis tests their resolve, it is in these moments of vulnerability that trust and loyalty can grow stronger. Confident in their ability to cope with adversity, Clara pushes forward, mindful that the lessons learned will prepare them for future challenges in their journey. After the immediate dangers are resolved, Clara gathers the team once more, urging them to reflect on their experiences from the crisis. "Every challenge is a chance to learn and grow," she says, her voice resonating with the reassurance of a leader who believes in their shared potential. She encourages the team to share insights on what went well and what could be improved, fostering an environment where everyone feels comfortable providing input. As they discuss their experiences, Clara feels a mix of pride and gratitude wash over her. Each member's willingness to be open and honest strengthens their bond. Sam offers feedback on how their reactions could be more coordinated during future emergencies, and Clara gratefully acknowledges his perspective, appreciating the thoughtful contribution. This moment of collective reflection reinforces Clara's understanding of how resilience and adaptability shape their journey, fueling her commitment to guiding the team through the challenges that lie ahead. With the team feeling more united, Clara looks around at their faces, reflecting on the strength they have gained together. Let's take today's experience as a lesson on the importance of being adaptable and prepared, she emphasizes, her eyes shining with determination. As the group reassesses their immediate objectives, Clara senses a renewed sense of confidence emerging, a collective resolve to tackle the challenges ahead. She outlines their next steps, focusing on how they can use the knowledge gained from the incident to enhance their exploration strategy and safeguard their findings. The team nods in agreement, feeling invigorated as they share their ideas, openly discussing how to adapt their approaches based on previous lessons learned. Clara's leadership reflects her growth, and she feels equipped to face whatever obstacles lie ahead, knowing that their experiences will inform their future decisions and strengthen their mission. Chapter 17, Conflict Among Allies. As Clara and her team set out to explore a promising site, the air crackles with anticipation for what their efforts might uncover. Clara scans the terrain, noting the lush foliage and changes in elevation, her excitement mingling with the responsibilities that weigh on her shoulders. However, a sense of unease settles in when she overhears whispered doubts from a couple of team members, questioning their progress and the potential risks they face. "Are we sure we're prepared for what lies ahead?" one of them murmurs, casting a glance toward the dense forest. Clara realizes that lingering doubts could undermine their confidence, and she knows she must address the uncertainty head-on. Feeling the urgency of the moment, Clara gathers the team, ready to reaffirm their commitment and clarify their collective goals as they prepare for the journey ahead. Clara takes a deep breath, stepping forward to address the concerns echoing within the team. "We've faced numerous challenges together," she begins, her voice steady, aiming to instill confidence in everyone gathered. "We've prepared for this, and I believe we can navigate whatever uncertainties arise as a team." As she speaks, Clara locks eyes with each team member, making sure they feel her genuine commitment to their purpose and their journey. "I want to hear your thoughts," Clara encourages, inviting open dialogue as the group gathers close, their expressions shifting from uncertainty to focused anticipation. Clara emphasizes the importance of collaboration, suggesting they divide into roles that play to their strengths as they venture deeper into the forest. This reinforcement of teamwork bolsters her team's spirits, and Clara feels a pulse of unity among them, ready to tackle the path ahead with renewed determination. As the team begins to finalize their roles, Clara notices some members still grappling with uncertainty, their enthusiasm tempered by apprehension about the challenges they might face. Lyra steps forward, voicing her concerns about potential dangers in the uncharted territory they plan to explore. "What if we encounter something unexpected? We need to be realistic about the risks involved," she states, her tone serious but concerned. Clara nods, appreciating Lyra's perspective. "I understand your worries, but staying cautious doesn't mean we have to halt our progress. We can prepare for the unknown while moving forward," she replies, eager to instill a sense of confidence. Another team member, Mike, echoes Lyra's sentiments, suggesting they prioritize a safer, known area instead of venturing into uncertainty. Clara feels the weight of the conversation, aware that their doubts could affect morale if she doesn't address them appropriately. "Let's gather all the intel we can from the surrounding area before we push deeper," she suggests, working to find a compromise that acknowledges their fears while keeping the expedition on track. By facilitating these discussions, Clara demonstrates her growth as a leader, balancing ambition with caution and reinforcing the strength of unity in the face of uncertainty. Clara takes a moment to gather her thoughts, wanting to reinforce the importance of trust and collaboration within the team. "Everyone, I understand the worries we have," she begins, her voice steady yet empathetic. "But we've built a strong foundation together. We need to rely on each other's strengths as we navigate the unknown." The team exchanges glances, some still hesitant but slowly feeling reassured by Clara's confidence. "We've trained for this, and we've faced challenges before," Clara continues, reminding them of the victories they've already achieved through teamwork and support. As she speaks, Clara sees Sam nodding, a newfound determination in his expression, while Lyra leans in, her previous doubts softening as Clara's words resonate with them. This moment crystallizes the bond they share, highlighting how Clara's leadership not only steers them through uncertainty, but also fosters a sense of unity and shared purpose. Clara watches as the team begins to regroup, their earlier doubts seemingly tempered by her words, and she feels a sense of vindication. "Let's chart our course carefully and ensure we're prepared for each step," she reminds them, organizing her notes with a focused intent. As they gather equipment and supplies, Clara's leadership transforms the moment from apprehension to purpose, her assertiveness inspiring renewed enthusiasm among the group. Team members begin to buzz with energy, exchanging ideas and laughter as they prepare for the exploration ahead, energized by Clara's confidence in their mission. She takes a moment to glance around, recognizing how far they have come together as individuals and as a cohesive unit, each person playing a role in their collective journey. Clara feels a deep swell of gratitude and pride, understanding that her ability to navigate the team's concerns and steer them toward adaptation has solidified her role as a trusted leader. As the team sets off on their new path, Clara feels a renewed sense of purpose driving her forward, invigorated by their collective determination. The forest envelops them, the air thick with anticipation and the promise of discovery as they traverse the terrain with newfound confidence. Clara encourages frequent check-ins, ensuring everyone feels connected and supported as they navigate the twists and turns of the landscape. "Keep an eye out for anything unusual," she instructs, her voice firm as they move deeper into the wilderness, ready to tackle any unexpected challenges together. The camaraderie within the team flourishes, and Clara is proud. She can see the trust they have built blossoming into a strong bond that propels them forward. In this moment of unity, Clara understands that her leadership and adaptability are crucial, setting the stage for their success as they embrace whatever discoveries await them. Chapter 18, The Declaration of Loyalty. As Clara stands at the edge of the newly discovered site, she feels a surge of determination wash over her, ready to confront any challenges that lie ahead. The promise of what they might uncover ignites her spirit, and she gathers her team, their energy coalescing into a shared anticipation. "Today is crucial. We're going to make progress, no matter what," Clara declares, her voice steady and confident as she looks each team member in the eye. She outlines the plan, highlighting the key areas they need to focus on, while emphasizing the importance of vigilance and teamwork. The team nods in agreement, the trust they have built evident in their expressions as they prepare for the task ahead. Clara realizes that this moment defines her transformation. She is not just a seeker of knowledge, but a leader capable of guiding her team through the uncertainties they will face. Clara tightens her grip on the map, leading the team through the dense underbrush toward the heart of the site they had planned to explore. As they advance, she keeps a close eye on the surroundings, her instincts sharpened by previous experiences that have taught her the value of attentiveness. Every rustle of leaves draws her focus, and she maintains communication with her team, ensuring they stay connected, both physically and mentally, in their group formation. "Let's keep our voices low and our eyes sharp," she instructs, her tone firm, reminding them to remain aware of their environment while fostering a sense of unity. Suddenly, Clara spots an area marked with ancient stones that obscuringly hint at a hidden chamber, sending a thrill of excitement through her. Instead of rushing in, she pauses, assessing the possible risks and potential discoveries, embodying her growth as a leader willing to adapt and strategize before taking action. As Clara approaches the area with the ancient stones, she gestures for her team to pause, the excitement palpable as she prepares to assess the site more carefully. "Let's take a moment to observe and gather our thoughts before we move forward," she suggests, her voice calm yet authoritative, projecting confidence in her leadership. The team gathers around her, their expressions a mix of anticipation and concern, as Clara carefully examines the stones, noting the intricate carvings that seem to tell a fragmented story. "Everyone, what do you see?" she asks, encouraging the team to share their observations, opening the floor for dialogue and collaboration. Sam steps closer, his eyes narrowing as he studies the patterns, pondering over what they could signify. I think this could relate to the legends we encountered earlier. It might be a burial site, he posits, excitement creeping into his tone. Clara feels a thrill at this insight, appreciating Sam's engagement and the way his contribution reflects the trust they have built, solidifying their collective commitment to the mission. As the team circles around Clara, their energy pulses with anticipation, mingled with a hint of anxiety as they ponder the implications of their discovery. Clara senses the weight of the situation. The potential significance of the site could lead to either remarkable findings or drawn-out conflicts with rival explorers still lurking nearby. Let's divide our focus, she suggests, outlining a plan to carefully examine the stone markings while maintaining vigilance for any signs of danger in the surrounding area. Her succinct instructions rally the team. They nod in agreement, prepared to adapt quickly as conditions change, demonstrating their trust in her leadership. Lyra voices an additional idea, proposing they create makeshift barriers around the area to keep a lookout for intruders, showcasing her initiative and readiness to contribute. Clara feels a surge of pride as everyone actively engages in discussions, realizing their collective adaptability and collaboration will be vital in navigating the challenges to come. With the plan set, Clara steps back to observe her team as they move into action, coordinating their efforts with a sense of shared purpose. As Sam and Lyra start setting up the barriers, Clara feels a surge of confidence in the way everyone is working together, their previous conflicts forgotten in the face of their mission. Clara begins to examine the stone markings more closely, taking notes on the details that stand out, her focus sharpened by the collaboration around her. Suddenly, an uneasy feeling grips her as she catches a glimpse of movement in the trees nearby, prompting her to alert the team. Stay vigilant, we might not be alone here. The atmosphere shifts, tension rising, but Clara's decisive call helps refocus their energy, reminding them of the importance of their shared commitment to exploration. Feeling empowered by her quick thinking, she systematically guides her team to remain alert, recognizing that this moment is not just about confronting potential threats, but also about affirming their growth as a united group. As the wind stirs through the trees, Clara steadies herself, sensing the collective tension among the team as they remain on high alert. She leads them to a clear space near the stone structure, instructing everyone to keep their voices low while they continue their research. Let's gather our findings and ensure we're documenting everything before moving further, she instructs, her voice calm yet authoritative amid the bubbling anxiety. Sam and Lyra exchange glances, impressed by Clara's ability to maintain control, recognizing the growth she has undergone through their journey. As they share what they have discovered, Clara feels a renewed sense of confidence in her leadership, knowing that her decisiveness will carry them through this uncertainty. The team begins to refocus on their tasks, and Clara, energized by their determination, understands that their shared commitment will navigate them through any challenges that lie ahead. Chapter 19, The High-Stakes Encounter. As Clara and her team make their way to the site's entrance, the atmosphere shifts, thick with anticipation and the lingering scent of damp earth. Suddenly, a loud disturbance erupts from the trees nearby, sending crows scattering into the sky and causing Clara to halt in her tracks. Her heart races as she exchanges anxious glances with her team, unsure of what might emerge from the shadows. Everyone, stay close and keep your wits about you, she instructs, her voice steady despite the sudden tension electrifying the air around them. They move cautiously forward, scanning their surroundings as Clara feels the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders, knowing their safety relies on her leadership. Drawing on her instincts, Clara leads the team into the clearing, prepared to confront whatever challenge awaits, while holding on to the hope of discovery that fuels their mission. As they enter the clearing, Clara's heart pounds in rhythm with the rustling leaves above. The team exchanges wary glances, each one aware that the unexpected noise could signify danger. Clara steps forward, her instinct urging her to take charge. She scans the area, focusing on the brush surrounding them and searching for movement. "Stay alert, but stay calm," she instructs, her tone firm, encouraging her team to remain composed as they assess the situation. Suddenly, a figure emerges from the foliage, a local scout they have encountered before who seems equally startled to see them. "What are you doing here?" the scout questions, his posture tensing as he glances over his shoulder, hinting at unspoken concerns about the forest being unsafe. Clara approaches the scout cautiously, keen to establish communication while gauging the underlying tension in the air. "We're here to document the site and learn about the history," she explains, her tone steady, yet inviting, hoping to ease the scout's apparent anxiety. The scout narrows his eyes, assessing the group for a moment before speaking. "This area is dangerous right now. There have been rumors of rival explorers and unstable ground," he warns, his voice laced with urgency. Clara feels a rush of concern at his words. She knows the risks they face, but she also understands the importance of their mission. "Thank you for the warning," she replies, determination seeping into her voice. "We're well aware of the potential dangers, but we need to proceed with care. We have people counting on us." She feels the weight of their objectives, rather than the fear, recognizing the necessity of pushing through the apprehension to achieve their goals. As Clara speaks, she senses the skepticism in the scout's posture begin to waver, the tension in his shoulders easing slightly. "What you're doing is important, but you need to be smart about it," he advises, glancing over his shoulder nervously while gesturing towards the deeper woods. Clara nods, appreciating his perspective, feeling a blend of gratitude and the weight of their shared responsibility. "If we can identify the risks and work together, we can benefit from each other's strengths," she responds, hoping to forge a connection and bolster the sense of community. The scout meets her gaze, a flicker of respect emerging in his eyes, suggesting he might see Clara's commitment as an asset rather than a liability. "All right," he finally concedes, "but I'll accompany you for a while, just in case. I know these woods better than anyone." With the scout now joining their group, Clara feels a sense of relief. They have gained an ally familiar with the landscape and its challenges. "Thank you for your support," she says, meeting his gaze with sincere appreciation, as the other team members look on, sensing the shift in dynamics. As they begin moving deeper into the woods, Clara reinforces her earlier instructions, ensuring everyone remains vigilant while working together to navigate the terrain. The scout leads the way, pointing out potential hazards like loose roots and unstable ground, while Clara then directs her team to pay attention and follow closely. Despite the surrounding caution, Clara feels a surge of confidence. The blending of her team with the scout fosters a practical synergy that enhances their mission. Watching her new ally interact with her group, Clara understands that every connection made strengthens their collective resolve, preparing them for the unknown challenges that lie ahead. As they make their way through the dense forest, Clara remains acutely aware of the scout's guidance, grateful for his insights on navigating the environment. The group follows closely, moving systematically as they traverse the rugged landscape, Clara leading confidently with the team behind her. Suddenly, the scout halts, raising a hand to signal the team's approach to a steep drop-off that they might have missed, showcasing his local knowledge. "Careful here," he warns, directing them to take a different path that skirts the edge of the drop, avoiding any potential dangers. Clara feels a rush of gratitude for his presence, recognizing that their collaboration not only enhances their safety, but also validates her choice to include him. The sense of unity among the group deepens. Clara embraces their collective strength, knowing that teamwork and allies will be vital in tackling the challenges ahead. Chapter 20, Reflecting on Progress. Clara stands in the center of their campsite, surveying the remnants of their previous discoveries and the tasks yet to be completed. A soft morning light filters through the trees, illuminating the artifacts they've unearthed, each one carrying a piece of history that beckons further exploration. She pulls out her notebook, flipping through the pages filled with observations and insights, mentally preparing to assess their progress. Let's take a moment to review what we've accomplished and what's still on our agenda, she announces, her voice steady as she gathers the team for a brief meeting. The team members gather around, their expressions reflecting the fatigue of the previous days, mixed with quiet anticipation for what's to come next. Clara begins to outline the successes and setbacks, emphasizing the importance of their collective efforts while ensuring everyone feels included in the planning process moving forward. Clara encourages the team to discuss their findings, prompting everyone to share their observations from the previous days of exploration. As they recount their experiences, Clara listens intently, taking notes and highlighting any connections that might have emerged between their discoveries. Let's consider how we can adjust our strategies given what we've learned, she suggests, her tone thoughtful as she prepares to navigate the complexities ahead. Sam raises a concern about the areas they haven't explored yet, pondering whether they should focus their efforts on building alliances with locals to gain more insight. Clara nods, recognizing the importance of his point, and begins to map out a plan that incorporates both exploration and community engagement. This collaborative approach reinforces Clara's understanding that their journey is as much about relationships as it is about the artifacts, shaping their path moving forward. As the team shares their insights, Clara notices how their energy shifts with each contribution, signaling their growing confidence in their collaborative efforts. Lyra speaks up enthusiastically, suggesting that they contact local historians to gather deeper context about the artifacts and their significance. This could help us frame our findings within the community's historical narrative, she proposes, her words resonating with a sense of purpose. Clara feels a rush of agreement. The idea of engaging with the community strengthens their mission and reinforces the bond they've built. However, another team member hesitates, voicing concerns about potential pushback from local authorities, raising questions about whether they can gain access to the necessary information. While there might be risks, Clara counters, collaborating with locals can enrich our findings and foster trust, which we've seen is vital for our success. Clara senses a mix of apprehension and determination within the group as they weigh the importance of connecting with the community against the risk of encountering resistance. She recognizes that this decision is pivotal, understanding that partnerships could lead to deeper insights while also carrying potential setbacks. Let's format a plan that allows us to reach out cautiously, Clara suggests, her voice steady and authoritative, urging the team to balance ambition with responsibility. The team nods, their trust in Clara evident as they begin to brainstorm ways to approach local historians without appearing invasive. Through this dialogue, Clara realizes how her experiences have shaped her ability to lead amidst uncertainty, fostering an environment where everyone feels empowered to contribute. Feeling the weight of leadership on her shoulders, she reassures the group that their collective growth and adaptability will guide them through any challenges that arise. As the planning session unfolds, Clara feels the dynamic shift. The team's excitement begins to build as they collaborate on a comprehensive outreach strategy. They discuss targeting key community events where locals gather, considering how they could introduce themselves and establish connections naturally. Engaging with people at the market or during festivals could create a more inviting atmosphere, Clara suggests, her enthusiasm palpable as she shares her vision. Team members begin to brainstorm how they can present their expedition in a way that emphasizes mutual benefit, and Clara sees confidence blossom in their ideas. The team's camaraderie strengthens, and Clara recognizes that everyone is eager to embrace the opportunity for collaboration, solidifying their unity. Her growth as a leader is clear as she integrates their insights into the plan, ensuring that adaptability and openness shape the expedition's future directions. With their plans solidified, Clara feels a renewed sense of excitement as the team prepares to make their outreach efforts a reality. They gather their materials, the atmosphere charged with anticipation, and Clara ensures everyone knows their roles for the upcoming interactions with the community. I want to make sure we present ourselves as researchers who value collaboration, she emphasizes, her voice ringing with conviction as she lays out their approach. As they set out, Clara notices the expressions of determination among her team members, each person energized by the prospect of building connections. In the back of her mind, Clara reflects on how far they've come together. The trust they've built will only enhance their chances of success in the future. The scene concludes with Clara leading the team towards the heart of the town, ready to engage with the community, her heart filled with hope and purpose for what lies ahead. Chapter 21, The Temptation to Retreat. As Clara and her team gather in the bustling town square, they feel the tension in the air as they prepare to engage with the locals. Clara scans the crowd, observing families, merchants, and wandering tourists enjoying the vibrant atmosphere, all while considering how to approach potential collaborators. A sense of determination fills her. This is their chance to build relationships that could enhance their understanding of the artifacts they seek. Remember to be respectful and open in your conversations, Clara instructs her team, her voice steady as they gather around her. She notices anxious expressions on some team members' faces, aware that engaging the community poses a risk, but she emphasizes the importance of earning trust. Let's position ourselves as allies in exploration, not just outsiders, she continues, feeling the weight of leadership settle on her shoulders as her team begins to mingle with the townsfolk. Clara decides to approach a stall selling local crafts, where a friendly-looking vendor is showcasing beautifully woven baskets adorned with intricate patterns. "Good morning," Clara greets, stepping forward with a warm smile, eager to establish rapport. The vendor looks up, returning her smile and inviting her to take a closer look, which Clara happily accepts, noticing the craftsmanship that reflects the local heritage. "I'm Clara, working on an archaeological expedition nearby, and I'd love to learn more about the stories behind these pieces," she says, her curiosity genuine. The vendor's eyes light up, and she begins to share tales of the patterns and designs, connecting the artifacts to the community's culture, which Clara eagerly notes. Feeling the warmth of this new interaction, Clara senses the potential for collaboration, reinforcing her belief that fostering these relationships could greatly enhance their mission. While Clara engages with the vendor, she notices Sam approaching, a slight frown on his face as he observes the interaction. He steps closer, his voice low as he questions the vendor about the prices, implying that they might be inflated due to their outsider status. Clara catches the uneasy tension in the air and swiftly interjects. "We're here to learn and appreciate the culture, not just to purchase items," she says, her tone calm yet firm. The vendor glances between them, sensing the shift in atmosphere, but Clara's respectful demeanor seems to reassure her. "Your work is beautiful, and I'd love to see how we could reflect this craftsmanship in our project," Clara continues, redirecting the focus back on forging a connection rather than haggling over prices. Sam's expression softens slightly as he watches Clara navigate the conversation, recognizing her efforts to maintain goodwill and trust, while Clara feels the strengthening bond with the vendor beginning to flourish. As Clara chats with the vendor, she sees the other locals begin to take notice of their interaction, some nodding in approval while others remain skeptical of her intentions. She senses the weight of their scrutiny but chooses to focus on building rapport, diving deeper into the stories shared about the craftsmanship and its cultural significance. "Your patterns tell stories, just like the artifacts we are studying," Clara comments, her enthusiasm evident as she draws parallels that resonate with the vendor and nearby townsfolk. The vendor smiles, encouraged by Clara's acknowledgement of their heritage, and begins to open up more, sharing how the craft has been passed down through generations, igniting genuine interest from the gathered crowd. Clara feels a surge of confidence. She knows that her ability to communicate and connect with the community is vital for her mission. In this moment, the vendor expresses willingness to collaborate, hinting at potential resources and stories that could enhance Clara's expedition, reinforcing the bond forged amidst lingering skepticism. Feeling the group's enthusiasm grow, Clara suggests organizing a small community event where locals can share their knowledge about history and craft, further integrating their efforts with the community. Imagine what we could learn if we host a gathering to exchange stories and expertise, she proposes, her voice ringing with excitement. The vendor brightens at the idea, her eyes sparkling as she envisions the potential for collaboration and understanding among the townspeople. People love to share their stories. An event like that could bring everyone together, she replies, passion evident in her tone, which ignites further agreement from the onlookers. Clara's initiative sparks a buzz among the crowd, suggesting that this partnership could lead to deeper relationships and more discoveries down the line. As the support from the locals builds, Clara feels a swell of pride. Her efforts to bridge connections are not only changing perceptions, but also shaping the future of their expedition. With the community gathering set in motion, Clara feels a renewed sense of excitement coursing through her as they discuss logistics for the event. She encourages the team to spread the word, rallying locals who might contribute their knowledge or artifacts, aiming to build a sense of shared purpose and collaboration. Clara notices the shift in attitudes among her team members. Their previous doubts are fading as they engage with community members more openly. As plans solidify, the vendor offers to help coordinate the event, her previously cautious demeanor transforming into that of a committed ally, which Clara deeply appreciates. Everyone starts brainstorming ways to make the event engaging, with Clara feeling a sense of fulfillment that her vision is taking shape and fostering stronger connections. This burgeoning partnership not only reassures Clara of her abilities, but also reminds her that shared knowledge is the key to overcoming challenges, setting a positive tone for their ongoing mission. Chapter 22, The Cost of Failure. As Clara stands at the edge of the excavation site, a heavy silence envelops the area, signaling the weight of the moment about to unfold. Just seconds earlier, a false sense of security had lingered. Now she realizes that a critical artifact was missing, the team's previous efforts now hanging in the balance. Panic rises as she remembers the last moments where they discovered something significant but lost the singular focus that helped them safeguard their findings. "Everyone, where's the artifact we documented yesterday?" Clara calls out, her voice tense as she scans the area for any signs of movement or misplaced items. Her team members look around, exchanging anxious glances, with Sam's earlier warnings echoing loudly in the back of her mind. The realization sets in. They have been ambushed again, and the stakes have now risen higher than she ever anticipated, pushing Clara's resolve to its limits. Clara springs into action, gathering her team to assess their options as panic begins to ripple through the group. "Check all your gear," she instructs, urgency threading her voice as she watches team members scramble to retrace their steps, their movements filled with anxiety. She feels the weight of their fear but pushes her determination forward, guiding them to stay focused even as uncertainty looms over them. "Let's not lose our composure. We can still salvage this," Clara reassures, her mind racing as she thinks through their immediate priorities. While some team members search nearby areas, Clara suggests that they establish a parameter to monitor for any signs of rival explorers who might have taken the artifact. In the chaos, Clara's leadership emerges as she navigates through the crisis with clarity, determined to gather what remains while seeking to uncover the truth behind the sudden setback. As the team scrambles to search for the missing artifact, Clara notices the growing tension in the air, with some members expressing frustration and confusion. "Why wasn't this secured properly?" Lyra snaps, her frustration bubbling over as she examines her equipment, clearly shaken by the turn of events. Clara feels a pang of guilt but knows she must remain strong. "We need to focus on finding what we can salvage and track down any potential clues about what happened." Sam, still looking uneasy, shakes his head. "This could set us back significantly. What if they take everything we've worked for?" he asks, his voice tight with worry. Clara meets his gaze, feeling the pressure of responsibility weigh heavily on her shoulders, but she cannot afford to let despair take root. "We cannot let fear dictate our actions. We'll regroup and make a plan to move forward together." Her words resonate with the team, and Clara feels their resolve shift slightly. Sensing their willingness to trust her, as they begin to coordinate their efforts, to recover and reinforce their mission. As Clara formulates a plan, she begins to divide the team into two groups, one to search the excavation site for any discarded equipment or artifacts, and the other to scout the surrounding area for signs of rival explorers. Let's make sure we cover as much ground as possible, but stay within communication range, she instructs, her voice resonating with authority, signifying her commitment to guiding them through this crisis. The team nods, motivated by her determination, but Clara can see some lingering apprehension in their eyes. Remember, we've faced adversity before and overcome it. We need to trust each other and act quickly, she reminds them, desperate to reinforce the bonds they've built as a unit. With her directions clear, Clara feels the group begin to refocus, their collective energies channeling into the search for answers and resources as they scatter into their designated tasks. This moment of division reminds her of the importance of adaptability and teamwork, reinforcing her growth as a leader who can navigate challenges with confidence and clarity. As the team embarks on the search, Clara feels the weight of expectations pressing on her. Each member is out to reclaim the trust they have in their mission and each other. Her own pulse quickens as she moves through the excavation site, eyes scanning for anything misplaced or abandoned in the chaos. The sound of footsteps crunching on gravel fills the air, but Clara tries to maintain a sense of calm, reminding herself that they can't let fear cloud their focus. Suddenly, she catches a glimpse of something shiny partially buried in the gravel, a piece of equipment from their earlier dig, and she feels a flicker of hope spark within her. "Over here," Clara calls, her voice cutting through the worry that hangs heavy in the air. As team members rush to her side, Clara feels a swell of camaraderie. Their excitement brews as the finds begin to pile up, and she quickly recognizes the potential for collaboration to turn their setback into a moment of unified strength. Clara watches as her team gathers around the recovered equipment, their expressions shifting from anxiety to relief, the tension beginning to lift as they rediscover a sense of purpose. "Great find, Clara," Sam exclaims, a sense of camaraderie returning as they examine the salvaged gear together. Clara smiles, feeling the team's spirits rise. "Let's make sure we document everything we've recovered. It's important we keep track," she says, swiftly directing everyone to note their findings. This moment reinforces her confidence. She realizes that her ability to stay focused and solution-oriented is what keeps the team moving forward. As they regroup, Clara encourages feedback on how to improve their safety measures, reinforcing the importance of communication and strategy in light of recent events. The experience of overcoming this setback solidifies her resolve, knowing that these adjustments will not only enhance their mission, but also further unite the team as they prepare for what lies ahead. Chapter 23, Seeking Aid. Clara stands at the edge of the town, the sun glinting off the buildings as she prepares to gather the resources and support needed for their next phase. Determined, she heads toward a bustling community center filled with locals, feeling the vibrant energy encompass her as she searches for allies who can aid their mission. With each step, Clara mentally rehearses her pitch, ready to explain their objectives and how collaboration could enrich both their expedition and the community's understanding of its history. As she approaches a group of local historians engaged in conversation, Clara takes a moment to compose herself, focusing on the importance of this connection. "Excuse me," she interjects, drawing their attention. "I'm Clara, and I'm leading an archaeological expedition nearby. I would love to discuss how we might collaborate." The warmth in her voice garners interest, but she notices a hint of skepticism in their expressions, reminding her that building trust will require more than just words. Clara begins to present her expedition plans, outlining the significance of the artifacts they've discovered and how they could contribute to understanding the local history. She emphasizes the potential for collaboration that could benefit both the archaeological work and the community, her voice steady and sincere as she talks. The local historians exchange glances, their skepticism evident as one of them, a woman named Mira, raises an eyebrow. "What guarantees do we have that this won't be another case of outsiders taking from our heritage?" she questions sharply. Clara feels a surge of adrenaline. This is her chance to address their doubts head-on. "I completely understand your concerns," she replies, maintaining eye contact with Mira. "Our goal is to honor and learn from your community's rich history, not to exploit it." She notices that some of the other historians are leaning in, intrigued by her passionate defense. Clara senses an opportunity to pivot the conversation toward mutual benefits. "Let's work together to document these findings in a way that respects and preserves the stories of your people," she suggests, hoping to foster a sense of trust and collaboration. The historians murmur among themselves, weighing Clara's proposal, and Clara can sense the tension in the air as they deliberate. Mira leans back, crossing her arms, her expression still skeptical. "You say you want to collaborate, but how do we know you'll follow through? There have been too many outsiders who've come and gone, leaving nothing behind." Clara feels the stakes rise. This moment could make or break their potential partnership. "I promise to include you in all stages of our research," she insists, her voice unwavering. "You will have access to our findings and a voice in how they are presented." The other historians nod slowly, intrigued by her earnestness, but still unsure. "Trust is earned, not given," one of them says, adding another layer to the conversation, prompting Clara to reconsider how to further engage them in the process. Determined, Clara responds, "Let's outline a plan together that ensures your community's involvement and perspectives are honored every step of the way." Clara watches as the historians engage in whispered conversation, their expressions shifting from skepticism to contemplation as they consider her proposal. "Perhaps we could set up a meeting with the community organizers," Mira suggests, her tone softening slightly, allowing a glimmer of hope to surface. Clara seizes the opportunity, her enthusiasm bubbling over. "Absolutely, we can arrange a gathering where everyone has a chance to express their insights and potential contributions." As the team discusses possible dates for the meeting, Clara feels a surge of encouragement. The dialogue signifies steps toward building a meaningful alliance. The atmosphere around them begins to change, with laughter and shared stories weaving a tapestry of camaraderie that Clara had hoped for. "Engaging with the community will ensure that our discoveries are meaningful and respected," she emphasizes, her confidence shining through as she notes the growing willingness among the scholars. This moment reinforces Clara's belief in the power of connection, demonstrating that resilient relationships can open doors to understanding and progress. As Clara and the historians finalize plans for the community meeting, she feels a sense of satisfaction wash over her. Their collaboration is taking shape in real time. Mira begins to list potential participants from the local community who could contribute valuable knowledge, her enthusiasm growing as she discusses the rich heritage of the area. "I think they'll respond positively if they see we're genuinely interested in their stories," she asserts, looking at Clara for affirmation. Clara nods, realizing that every step they take together is reinforcing trust and solidarity. "Let's also prepare a presentation that highlights our respectful intentions," Clara suggests, confident that transparency will be key to building lasting relationships. The group buzzes with ideas, and Clara feels invigorated. Her ability to facilitate meaningful dialogue has strengthened not only her role as a leader, but also the potential for collective growth among them all. With the meeting plans solidified, Clara feels a renewed sense of purpose radiating from her. The scholars around her are enthusiastic, discussing the best ways to present their findings and engage the community in a meaningful dialogue. Clara can't help but smile, appreciating the shift in atmosphere from skepticism to collaboration, each team member eager to contribute their ideas and effort. As they finalize details, she exchanges glances with Sam, who appears more at ease, his earlier doubts about their approach fading into the background. "Let's make this a celebration of knowledge," Clara suggests, envisioning an event that will not only inform but also build community ties. This vision solidifies Clara's confidence and reinforces her belief in the importance of shared history, setting the stage for a successful venture that reverberates beyond their immediate exploration. Chapter 24, A Pivotal Decision. As Clara stands in the assembly hall, the atmosphere is charged with anticipation, and she feels the weight of the moment pressing against her resolve. The room is filled with locals and her team, each person exchanging whispers and glances, some curious about what will unfold, and others skeptical about the intention behind the gathering. Clara takes a deep breath, aware that this meeting marks a pivotal point in their partnership with the community, and she knows the importance of setting the right tone. "Thank you all for being here today," she begins, her voice echoing slightly in the large space, capturing the attention of everyone present. As she scans the crowd, Clara notices several familiar faces from earlier interactions, a mix of supportive and wary expressions that heighten her determination to address their concerns head-on. With her heart pounding, she prepares to lay out their mission and the collaborative steps moving forward, ready to tackle any lingering doubts with openness and sincerity. Clara begins her address by outlining the significance of their expedition and how it connects to the heritage of the community gathered before her. She passionately describes their discoveries, emphasizing the importance of collaboration and mutual respect that can lead to a deeper understanding of their shared history. As she speaks, she notices the shifting expressions in the audience. Some nod in agreement, while others remain skeptical, highlighting the mixed feelings lingering in the room. Together, we can ensure that every story is honored and that the history of this land is preserved for future generations, Clara states firmly, hoping to bridge the gap between skepticism and cooperation. A hush falls over the crowd as she continues, and she can see Dr. Hart nodding approvingly, a small yet significant affirmation of her efforts. Clara's resolve strengthens. She knows that each word carries the weight of her commitment to honoring the past while forging a path forward together. As Clara wraps up her presentation, a hand raises from the back of the room, a familiar face, one of the skeptical locals. "What assurances can we have that your findings won't just be another narrative that overlooks our voices?" the individual asks, challenging her with a steely gaze. Clara feels a ripple of tension spread across the room, the vulnerability of the question hanging heavily in the air. "I understand your concerns," she replies, her voice steady, "and I assure you that we aim to include your insights and perspectives in everything we do. Your voices matter in this journey." The audience seems divided, some nodding in agreement while others murmur among themselves, the atmosphere thick with unresolved emotions. Realizing that this moment could set the tone for their partnership, Clara leans into the challenge, ready to address every concern with sincerity and openness, pushing to transform hesitation into collaboration. Clara takes a moment before responding, choosing her words carefully as she senses the weight of the crowd's scrutiny. "Let's work together to create a framework for how we document and present our findings," she offers, her tone resolute, hoping to instill confidence. She suggests forming a community advisory board where locals can voice their perspectives and have input on how history is shared and represented. "By ensuring your participation throughout our research process, we can build trust," Clara continues, keenly aware that her proposal could bridge the gap between differing viewpoints. The audience quiets, absorbing her words, and Clara watches as some faces reveal interest while others remain cautiously skeptical. Regardless, Clara feels encouraged. She recognizes that demonstrating her commitment to collaboration may inspire further conversations and strengthen their burgeoning alliances. Clara's proposal ignites a wave of discussion among the gathered locals, a ripple of enthusiasm beginning to take root as they consider her idea. Mira, stepping forward, expresses her approval. "Involving the community in the decision-making process can truly change the narrative," she states, her voice filled with purpose. Others begin to nod in agreement, voices rising in excitement about the prospect of actively participating in the exploration and validation of their history. However, a few remaining skeptics voice their hesitations, questioning the feasibility of the alliance and whether it would truly lead to meaningful change. Clara listens attentively, recognizing the importance of addressing these doubts. She reassures the group that real collaboration requires time, effort, and transparency. Her confidence solidifies as Clara articulates how each person's input will shape not just the expedition, but the shared legacy of their community, emphasizing her commitment to fostering genuine partnerships moving forward. As the meeting progresses, Clara feels the shift in energy. The community members are more engaged, their skepticism giving way to curiosity and enthusiasm. "Let's set a date for our first community meeting," she suggests, a sense of excitement dancing in her voice. The crowd reacts positively, discussing potential dates and topics to cover, their previous concerns replaced with a collective hope for collaboration. Dr. Hart looks on with a proud smile, recognizing Clara's growth and her ability to cultivate unity among diverse perspectives. Feeling a surge of fulfillment, Clara realizes that her commitment to inclusion has not only strengthened her leadership, but also the bonds within the community. The scene closes with Clara affirming their partnership, her heart filled with determination, knowing that this alliance will pave the way for meaningful discoveries and lasting relationships in the journey ahead. Chapter 25, Preparing for the Next Phase. Clara stands in the campsite, illuminated by the soft morning light, gathering her team for an important planning session before their next expedition. The atmosphere hums with anticipation as team members arrange supplies and check equipment, readying themselves for their next move. "Today, I want us to focus on solidifying our resources and assigning clear roles," Clara announces, her voice projecting confidence that commands attention. She pulls out a large map, laying it flat on the table as she points to areas they have yet to explore, eager to chart their course forward. Clara encourages everyone to contribute to the discussion, inviting input on potential risks and strategies, which enhances their collaborative spirit. As she facilitates the planning, Clara feels a surge of pride in her evolving leadership, recognizing the importance of every team member's involvement in carving their path ahead. As Clara leads the discussion, she emphasizes the importance of gathering supplies before they venture out, reminding everyone of the lessons learned from their previous experience. "Let's compile a list of what we need and make sure we have everything secured," she instructs, her tone assertive yet encouraging. The team begins brainstorming items, each member contributing ideas based on their specific tasks and roles, creating a collaborative atmosphere that invigorates the group. Lyra mentions needing extra ropes and climbing gear, prompting Clara to make a note, appreciating her team's attentiveness to detail. Sam suggests running a quick inventory check on their medical supplies, ensuring they're prepared for any emergencies that might arise during their exploration. Clara feels a surge of confidence seeing her team engage actively, understanding that their shared commitment and resourcefulness are vital as they prepare for the challenges ahead. As preparations continue, Clara feels a sense of urgency in the air as they gather the necessary resources and ready themselves for the journey ahead. She notices some team members lingering in uncertainty, glancing at each other as if grappling with hidden doubts about the expedition. "Let's make sure everyone is clear on their roles," Clara suggests, fostering an environment of support while attending to the unease that lingers. She looks at Sam, who has been quiet, and asks him to share his thoughts on how best to tackle the next site, wanting to involve him in the decision-making process. Sam begins to open up, but Clara quickly feels tension build again, as he expresses his worry about another possible encounter with the rival group. "While we must be vigilant, we've planned for contingencies," Clara reassures him, her confidence evident as she underscores the importance of trust in the team's capabilities. Clara takes a moment to address the collective concern brewing within the team as they finish gathering supplies. "Everyone, I know we've faced challenges before, and it's natural to feel apprehensive," she begins, her voice steady and reassuring, aiming to unify the group. She emphasizes the importance of sticking to their plan while remaining adaptable, reminding them that their strength lies in collaboration and mutual support. "Let's ensure we have backup plans in place and remain flexible. If anything happens, we will deal with it together," she assures them, her confidence inspiring trust in her leadership. The team members exchange glances, some nodding, others still contemplative, but Clara can sense the shift toward resilience as her words sink in. This reinforces a newfound strength within Clara as she navigates the complexities of team dynamics, feeling increasingly capable of guiding her team through uncertainties. With their plans redefined and morale lifted, Clara feels the momentum shift as everyone gathers their supplies to begin their journey. She watches as members of the team engage with each other, discussing strategies and sharing advice, their earlier hesitations fading into an energized camaraderie. "Let's stick together and keep communication open," Clara reminds them, her tone filled with conviction as she emphasizes the importance of their collaborative effort. As they prepare to set off, Clara checks in with each team member, reinforcing their roles and ensuring that everyone feels confident in their contributions. Lyra approaches Clara and offers to lead the scouting effort, her confidence solidifying as she asserts her ability to navigate the terrain. Clara smiles, grateful for her team's renewed enthusiasm. This collective spirit fuels her confidence as they embark on the expedition, ready to tackle the challenges that lie ahead. As the team sets off toward their destination, Clara takes a moment to reflect on their journey and the bond they have formed through shared experiences. The weight of her backpack feels lighter, filled not just with tools, but with the collective commitment of her teammates. With each step, Clara feels the thrill of discovery ahead, the trees whispering secrets that only they are meant to uncover together. She glances back at her team, seeing their expressions of determination and camaraderie, which reinforces her confidence in the path they have chosen. "Let's stay alert and support one another," she reminds them, her voice carrying through the woodland atmosphere, infusing the team with renewed purpose. The forest hums with energy as they walk, and Clara knows that this is just the beginning of their adventure, filled with potential and the promise of new discoveries awaiting them. Chapter 26, The Trust Test. Clara stands at the entrance of a dense thicket, the atmosphere thick with uncertainty as she prepares for a high-stakes rescue mission. A local guide has informed her that a rival group has taken one of their allies captive, and the urgency of the situation weighs heavily on her. She gathers her team, urgency threading through her voice as she outlines their plan to retrieve their friend without escalating the situation further. "We need to move quickly, but carefully," Clara instructs, her eyes scanning each member's face to gauge their readiness. The team nods, feeling the tension in the air as Clara's determination fuels their resolve to take action. With hearts pounding, they set off into the thicket, driven by a shared sense of purpose to protect their own and reclaim their discoveries. As Clara and her team navigate through the thicket, the air is thick with tension and the anticipation of what lies ahead. Clara leads the way, her footsteps purposeful as she outlines a strategy that involves stealth and quick movements, assigning specific roles to each team member. "Sam, you and Lyra will flank the right side to observe any activity. The rest of us will move directly towards the center," she directs, her voice firm while still keeping it low to avoid detection. They nod in agreement, their expressions reflecting the seriousness of the mission and their trust in Clara's leadership. Suddenly, a branch snaps nearby, causing the team to freeze, eyes darting toward the source of the sound. Clara's instincts kick in, reminding everyone to stay composed under pressure, knowing that their ability to think clearly is essential for navigating the uncertainties of the operation. Clara glances around, her heart racing, as she signals for everyone to remain still and silent. The tension in the air is palpable, and she strains her ears, trying to decipher the sounds of footsteps or any signs of movement nearby. "Everyone, stay sharp," she whispers, keeping her voice low but commanding as she scans the area for any signs of danger. Suddenly, Lyra spots a flicker of movement through the trees, a figure lurking just beyond their line of sight, that confirming the locals' earlier warnings. Clara's mind races. She must act quickly to maintain the element of surprise while ensuring the safety of her team and their captive ally. "Let's move in closer and gather more intel before taking action," she decides, adapting their approach as she leads them carefully toward the hidden figure, ready to confront whatever challenge awaits. Clara leads the team quietly through the underbrush, her senses heightened as they draw closer to the figure. With each step, she can feel the tension building, her heart pounding in rhythm with their cautious movements. She gestures for Sam and Lyra to stay low, signaling them to flank the figure while she approaches from the front, ready to engage. "On my count, we move in," Clara whispers, her voice steady as she prepares for the confrontation, willing her confidence to radiate to her teammates. Once they are in position, Clara takes a deep breath, gauging the shadowy figure ahead, focusing on the faint outline that reveals little about their intentions. 3, 2, 1, now, she commands, and they surge forward together, Clara's instincts kicking in as she prepares to face whatever challenge lies ahead. As Clara and her team converge on the figure, they discover it is the missing ally, bound but unharmed, relief flooding through her as she recognizes him. "Hold on, we're here to help you," Clara calls out, her voice firm and reassuring as she rushes forward to assess the situation. The rival group members, realizing they have been outmaneuvered, begin to retreat farther into the forest, leaving Clara and her team with an opportunity to rescue their ally. "Quick, let's get him free," she instructs, her heart racing as she helps untie the ropes binding him while her teammates scan the surroundings for any lingering threats. As the last knot comes undone and their ally is released, Clara feels a surge of triumph, knowing that their quick thinking and teamwork led to this successful outcome. The team breathes a collective sigh of relief, but Clara also understands that while this victory feels monumental, the challenges they face are far from over. As their ally stands free, Clara quickly assesses him for injuries, feeling a wave of relief wash over her when she finds him mostly unharmed. "Are you all right?" she asks, her voice filled with concern as she helps him to his feet, grateful for the outcome of their mission. He nods, gratitude shining in his eyes, and expresses appreciation for their swift action, acknowledging the risks they took to save him. The atmosphere shifts, and Clara can sense a newfound trust blossoming within the team, their earlier tensions fading in the face of their collective victory. She feels invigorated, realizing that their successful rescue was not just about retrieving one ally, but about reinforcing the bonds among the team members and the community they are now fostering. As they prepare to regroup and strategize their next steps, Clara is determined to carry this momentum forward, knowing her leadership is pivotal in guiding their journey ahead. Chapter 27, The Execution of the Plan. Clara stands at the edge of the excavation site, determination etched on her face as she prepares to implement her carefully crafted plan. The morning sun bathes the landscape in a golden hue, illuminating the areas they will explore and invigorating her spirit. She assembles her team, outlining the tasks each member will perform to ensure they maximize their efforts and maintain momentum after their recent successes. Today, we focus on uncovering more artifacts and gathering data that can enhance our understanding of this site, she states, her voice ringing with authority as she assigns specific roles and responsibilities. As the team members nod in agreement, Clara feels a surge of excitement, acutely aware of how far they have come together. "Let's make this an opportunity to strengthen our bonds even further," she adds, fostering a cooperative spirit that resonates throughout the group. Clara watches as her team splits into groups, each member moving with purpose to execute their designated tasks. She takes a moment to check their equipment, feeling a swell of satisfaction as she sees everyone working collaboratively, sharing resources and ideas. "Make sure to communicate any findings right away," Clara calls out, her voice filled with encouragement, reminding them that teamwork is key to their success. As she moves through the site, Clara stops to help Lyra and Sam as they carefully dig around an unusual rock formation that may hide artifacts below. Clara kneels beside them, her heart racing with anticipation for what they might uncover, and she studies the area intently, asking questions about their observations. The camaraderie she feels surges through the air, and Clara understands that their shared efforts and open communication will drive their progress as they continue their exploration. As they dig around the rock formation, Clara suddenly spots something glinting in the dirt, a hint of metal that promises to be a significant find. "Wait, everyone, look at this," she calls, her voice laced with excitement as she kneels down to gently brush away the debris. The team gathers around, curiosity piqued as Clara carefully reveals a beautifully crafted relic partially embedded in the soil. "This could be a piece of jewelry or a ceremonial object. Look at the craftsmanship," Clara exclaims, her heart racing at the thought of the stories this artifact could hold. However, Just as the excitement builds, Sam's voice cuts through the air with a note of caution. "We need to be careful. We don't want to damage it or disturb the site further." Clara nods, recognizing Sam's point. Her eagerness must be tempered with caution as they navigate the delicate balance between discovery and preservation. Clara takes a moment to gather herself, reminding her team to approach the artifact with care, the excitement buzzing around them palpable, yet overshadowed by their concern for preservation. "Let's coordinate how we extract this carefully," she instructs, her voice steady as she motions for everyone to back up slightly to give her room to work. Carefully, she uses a trowel to gently excavate around the artifact, ensuring not to disturb the surrounding soil more than necessary. "Remember, slow and steady wins the race," she calls out, her words instilling a sense of teamwork as they watch intently, their earlier doubts shifting toward admiration. With each precise movement, Clara demonstrates her commitment to treating the artifact with respect, guiding her team through the process. As they work together seamlessly, Clara feels a surge of confidence. The collaboration reflects how their collective experiences have strengthened their approach, drawn from the lessons learned throughout the expedition. As Clara carefully extracts the artifact, the tension in the air shifts to a shared anticipation, her team leaning closer to witness the unveiling. With a final gentle tug, she lifts the artifact free from the earth, revealing a stunning medallion adorned with delicate engravings that catch the light. "Everyone, look at this," Clara exclaims, her voice filled with awe as she holds the relic aloft, the significance of their find palpable among the group. Cheers erupt from her team, each member feeling the thrill of discovery coursing through them, uniting in their shared accomplishment. Yet Clara remains focused, noting how the medallion's inscriptions align with the earlier findings and probing further into its potential significance for their research. In this moment, she feels the weight of responsible leadership. The excitement of the discovery is balanced by the commitment to ensure they treat the artifact and their mission with the utmost care and respect. As Clara examines the medallion closely, she feels a wave of excitement mixed with responsibility, knowing this artifact could provide valuable insights into the civilization they've been studying. She gestures for the team to gather around, their faces illuminated by the artifact's intricate design, eager to hear her thoughts on its significance. "Look at the engravings," she says, her voice steady, as she points out how they align with the folklore and histories they've discussed. The team buzzes with ideas, each member contributing their interpretations and theories, showcasing the collaborative spirit that Clara has fostered throughout their journey. In this moment, Clara feels a sense of pride swelling within her. Their collective passion is palpable, and she recognizes the importance of their interwoven roles in the research process. The excitement galvanizes her commitment, assuring her that their combined efforts will lead to deeper discoveries, setting a strong foundation for the explorations ahead. Chapter 28, The Confrontation begins. As Clara and her team stand at the entrance of the excavation site, a palpable tension fills the air, the weight of their mission heavy on their minds. With determination in her heart, Clara gathers everyone closely, reinforcing the need for focus and teamwork as they prepare for the challenges ahead. "Today is crucial. We're going to uncover the history buried here, and I need each of you to stay alert and engaged," she instructs, her voice resonating with clarity and conviction. She can see the mix of excitement and apprehension in her team's expressions, knowing they are on the brink of something significant. Taking a deep breath, Clara steps forward, ready to lead them into the depths of the site, where countless stories await to be told. Her confidence solidifies, fueled by the knowledge that together they can confront whatever obstacles they may face, and it reinvigorates her sense of purpose as a leader. Clara leads the way into the excavation site, her flashlight beam cutting through the darkness and illuminating intricate carvings on the walls that beckon their attention. As the team steps inside, Clara feels the excitement swell within her, but the musty air and dampness remind her of the challenges awaiting them. "Stay close and keep an eye out for any unstable areas," she reminds them, her tone practical, mindful of the risks they might encounter in these ancient depths. The light flickers off a series of alcoves, and Clara feels a rush of curiosity about what might lie hidden within their shadows. "Let's split up and explore these sections carefully," she suggests, sensing the eagerness among her teammates to begin their work. Clara's leadership shines through as she assigns safe points for each group to examine, trusting their abilities to navigate the site while remaining vigilant for any potential dangers. As Clara leads her team deeper into the site, she catches glimpses of movement out of the corner of her eye, causing her to halt and signal for everyone to pause. The air feels charged, a tangible tension rising as they listen for any unusual sounds. "Did anyone else hear that?" she whispers, straining to make out the source of the noise amidst the echoes of their footsteps. Lyra, who is nearby, nods, her expression a mix of curiosity and concern, further heightening the sense of unease. Clara scans the darkened corners of the chamber, her instincts telling her to remain alert. Something about the atmosphere feels off. "Let's stay close together and continue cautiously," she directs, her voice steady as she readies the team to proceed, keenly aware that their safety relies on their vigilance and her leadership. Clara feels the tension climb as they continue deeper into the site, the air thick with anticipation and uncertainty. As her team begins to examine the intricate carvings, Clara urges them to remain vigilant, instructing them to communicate any findings or concerns immediately. "Remember, our focus is on understanding this space, but we must also be prepared for anything," she reminds them, her expression serious as she scans their surroundings. Suddenly, a loud crash sends echoes reverberating through the chamber, jolting the team into action as they turn to see a section of the wall crumble slightly, dust and debris falling around them. "Everyone, step back," Clara commands, leaping into action to ensure her team stays clear of potential danger while trying to assess the damage. The urgency in her voice underscores the gravity of the situation, and Clara's quick thinking begins to instill a sense of calm as her team refocuses on safety and collaboration amidst the chaos. Clara quickly organizes the team, urging them to check their surroundings for any further instability as she assesses the damage done to the wall. "Let's keep our distance from this area," she instructs, her voice steady, signaling that everyone should regroup away from the rubble. The team follows her lead, their expressions a mix of concern and determination as they realize the stakes of their exploration. With everyone safely gathered, Clara shifts her attention back to the wall, discussing possible causes for the collapse and emphasizing the need for caution in their analysis. "Building stability in here is crucial," she says, glancing at each member in turn, instilling trust while fostering a sense of responsibility for their safety. Clara takes a moment to breathe, reminding herself that her leadership in navigating this crisis will not only keep them safe, but will also enhance their focus on the discoveries still yet to come. With the situation stabilized, Clara takes a moment to gather her thoughts and reassess their next steps. "Now that we've secured this area, let's refocus on what we can uncover," she states, allowing the team to breathe a sigh of relief as they shift back into gear. Clara encourages everyone to examine the recently revealed portions of the wall, suggesting that they might hold further insights into the civilization's practices. As they approach, she inspires her team to engage actively, asking them to document any new findings while strategically assigning tasks based on their strengths. The atmosphere lightens as excitement returns, the initial fear of the collapse now transforming into the thrill of discovery. Clara feels a renewed sense of leadership and responsibility, knowing that how she manages this moment will shape their future endeavors and reinforce the unity they've built as a team. Chapter 29, Aftermath and Resolution. Clara stands at the foot of the ancient ruins, surveying the area that had once been filled with promise and excitement, now marred by conflict. The remnants of a recent confrontation linger in the air, the tension palpable as she reflects on the losses they've endured during their expedition. She gathers her team together, their expressions a mix of exhaustion and determination, and she knows this moment is crucial for reestablishing their focus. "Today, we assess our progress and what we've lost," Clara states, her voice steady, urging the team to take stock of the situation and regroup. Her heart weighs heavy with the responsibility of leadership, but she understands that resilience is necessary to move forward. As they begin to discuss their experiences, Clara senses a collective resolve building among them, determined not to let setbacks define their journey. Clara swiftly assigns the team to review their remaining supplies and gear, prioritizing what can be salvaged from the recent chaos. "Let's take inventory and figure out what we still have," she directs, her tone filled with urgency yet tempered by determination. As the team works, Clara watches members sift through equipment, their expressions reflecting a mix of disappointment over lost artifacts and hope for what still remains. "We can't let this setback deter us," Clara reminds them, moving through the group with purpose, ensuring everyone stays focused on the task at hand. She catches Lyra's eye. She looks introspective, but Clara recognizes the flicker of resolve in her gaze, a sign of solidarity amid the disappointment. Clara's heart swells with gratitude for her team's resilience. Together, they begin to shift their focus from what was lost to what they can still achieve in the days ahead. As the team completes their inventory, Clara notices that the atmosphere in the campsite is shifting. Conversations are quiet, and the weight of their losses hangs heavily in the air. Sam looks up from the supplies and speaks, his voice low but firm. "We need to reconsider our goals. Maybe we're not cut out for this expedition after all." Clara feels a pang of frustration at his words. She knows the doubts stem from fear, but also understands the weight of his perspective. "Every explorer faces setbacks," she replies, her voice steady as she reflects on their shared experiences. "This is a chance for us to learn and grow." Another team member, Sarah, nods, adding, "We can still make a meaningful impact. We've already uncovered so much." Clara feels encouraged by their support, recognizing that her ability to foster optimism and unity in the face of failure has become a cornerstone of her leadership. Clara takes a deep breath, looking around at her team as they grapple with their frustrations and fears. "Let's focus on what we can still achieve," she urges, her tone imbued with determination as she gestures toward the artifacts they have left, reminding them of their value. She suggests forming a new plan that pivots from their earlier goals, emphasizing the importance of adaptability and resilience in exploration. "While we may have lost some treasures, we have gained invaluable experiences that can shape our future endeavors," Clara states, her confidence growing amid the uncertainty. As her words sink in, team members begin to nod, agreeing to shift their focus and consider different avenues for exploration that can utilize their existing findings. This newfound resolve refuels Clara's spirit, and she recognizes that her journey so far has equipped her with the tools to lead effectively, inspiring her team to lean into their collective strengths moving forward. As Clara formulates the new strategy, she feels the team's energy shift from despair to determination, a renewed sense of purpose igniting within them. "Let's compile all our findings so far and see how we can regroup for the next steps," she suggests, her voice steady, inspiring confidence in the face of setbacks. The team members begin to sift through their notes, discussing how each piece of information might still lead them closer to their original goals. Clara notices a spark of excitement as they recall connections between their existing artifacts and stories from the local community, further highlighting the value of their collaboration. "By integrating what we've learned, we can pivot our focus toward building stronger relationships," Clara encourages, proud of her team's resilience in adapting to the changes. This moment roots her firmly in her role as a leader, reminding her that navigating challenges can lead to unforeseen opportunities, warming her heart with optimism for their journey ahead. With the new plan in place, Clara feels a surge of excitement as she outlines their next steps to the team, their collective spirits lifted by the promise of collaboration. "Let's reach out to the local historians, gather their insights, and show them what we've discovered," she declares, her voice filled with enthusiasm as she emphasizes the importance of building bridges. The team members nod, their expressions reflecting determination as they begin to prepare for the outreach ahead, ready to engage with the community. Clara notices Sam's posture relax. He has shifted from uncertainty to eager anticipation, the earlier doubts dissipating with each positive interaction. This transformation within the team rejuvenates Clara, reinforcing her belief in the power of connection and collaboration. As they finalize their preparations, Clara feels a renewed sense of purpose, aware that their united efforts can lead to significant discoveries and deeper understanding in both their mission and the community they aim to support. Chapter 30, A Moment of Clarity. Clara stands at the heart of the camp, surrounded by the artifacts they've uncovered, brimming with a sense of purpose as the morning sun casts a warm glow over their findings. With excitement coursing through her, she gathers her team to reflect on their journey, wanting to celebrate their progress while also setting the stage for what lies ahead. Today is not just about what we've found, but about the stories those artifacts can share, Clara announces, her voice resonating with enthusiasm as she addresses the group. She invites everyone to discuss their favorite discoveries, encouraging them to share insights and reflect on the deeper meanings behind each piece. As they share stories and theories, Clara feels a sense of unity blossom. Their collective passion infuses the air with energy and anticipation. In this moment, she realizes how far they have come as a team, enriched by each experience and committed to facing whatever challenges the future may hold together. As the team reflects on their findings, Clara feels a rush of inspiration to take their discoveries a step further. Let's organize our findings into a presentation for the community, she suggests, her voice filled with enthusiasm, envisioning how they can involve locals in their ongoing work. The team responds with a mix of excitement and curiosity, eager to share what they've learned, but also feeling the weight of responsibility that comes with it. Lyra jumps in, proposing ways to highlight certain artifacts that resonate with local histories, her energy infectious as she maps out ideas for the presentation. Clara nods, feeling the synergy of collaboration as team members offer their thoughts, contributing to the burgeoning plan that reflects their shared commitment. In this moment, Clara realizes that their collective ambition is not just about the artifacts, but also about building relationships and sharing knowledge, a valuable lesson she has learned throughout their journey. Clara notices the team's motivations begin to align as they discuss potential presentation formats, what would resonate best with the community. Dynamic storytelling could be our strong suit, she suggests, her excitement palpable as she gestures to a few artifacts scattered on the table, ready to spring to life through narrative. Sam leans in, wanting to add his thoughts while feeling empowered by Clara's enthusiasm. We could incorporate multimedia elements, photos, drawings, even short video clips of us working, he proposes, igniting further interest among the team members. Clara feels invigorated by their input. Each idea shared reinforces the spirit of cooperation they've developed during their journey. However, she also senses a few lingering doubts, especially from those who worry about the technical challenges involved. Let's harness our team's diverse skills, Clara encourages, reminding everyone that each person has unique strengths that can contribute to the presentation, thus boosting the group's confidence as they plan. As they finalize their plans, Clara takes a moment to reflect on how far the team has come since their earlier struggles. Every setback has taught us something valuable, she muses, looking around at the engaged faces of her teammates. This acknowledgement fosters a sense of resilience within the group, reminding them that their journey is not just about discoveries, but about growth as individuals and as a team. She recalls the challenges they've faced, how each one has strengthened their bond, and she feels a deep sense of gratitude for the support they've given one another. Let's make sure to include our lessons learned in the presentation, Clara adds, emphasizing that their experiences are just as important as the artifacts themselves. The team nods thoughtfully, their expressions shifting from mere excitement to a deeper understanding of the mission's significance, reinforcing their commitment to the work they are doing together. With the presentation plan taking shape, Clara senses a renewed confidence within the team as they gather around the large table, ready to put their ideas into action. She assigns specific roles for each member, ensuring everyone knows their tasks in preparation for the upcoming meeting with the community. Sam, you'll handle the technical side. Let's make sure we have all the visuals ready, Clara instructs, her tone encouraging as she sees him nod in agreement. Lyra is tasked with crafting the narrative, and Clara watches as the enthusiasm builds during their discussions, her team beginning to rally behind the shared goal. As everyone sets to work, Clara feels a surge of determination. This moment solidifies her belief in their collective potential and strength, even amidst uncertainty. She realizes that their success in sharing their findings depends not only on the artifacts, but also on how they communicate their journey and the lessons learned along the way. As the team begins to finalize their presentation materials, Clara watches them with a sense of pride, seeing their commitment to the mission reflected in their effort and energy. Each member contributes thoughtfully, sparking conversations that reinforce the collaborative spirit they've built along their journey. Clara feels a depth of connection to her team. Their shared experiences and challenges have woven a strong bond that is now evident in their work. While reviewing the findings and strategies, Clara recalls moments of vulnerability and triumph, anchoring her resolve in the lessons learned along the way. This presentation isn't just about facts and figures. It's about our journey together, she reminds them, her voice resonating with sincerity, emphasizing the importance of their collective efforts. With each passing moment, Clara feels more equipped to face whatever challenges lie ahead, knowing that the transformation within not just herself but also her team is a testament to their dedication and growth. Chapter 31, Resuming with Change. Clara walks into the familiar office, a sense of nostalgia washing over her as she takes in the artifacts and notes neatly arranged around the room. The space feels alive with memories. Late nights spent analyzing findings and the joy of shared discoveries linger in the corners. Yet today, there's a palpable difference. It's as if the air buzzes with potential due to the growth she's experienced during the expedition. Clara sets her backpack down with purpose, determined to integrate the lessons learned into her daily routine. She picks up her notes, flipping through pages filled with insights and reflections from her time in the field, ready to translate those experiences into actionable plans. The familiar sounds of the bustling town outside filter in through the window, reminding Clara that her journey isn't just confined to the past. It continues to evolve with each step forward. Clara begins to organize her workspace, meticulously arranging the artifacts and research materials in a way that reflects her renewed focus and dedication. She places the most significant finds from the expedition at the center of her desk, ensuring they are easily accessible for future reference. As she sorts through the documents, Clara can't shake the feeling of change in her approach. She's now more assertive in her analyses, driven by the experiences she's gathered along the way. The door swings open, revealing Sam, who steps in with a tentative smile, clearly aware of the shift in Clara's demeanor. "Looks like you've been busy," he remarks, taking in the organized space and the artifacts displayed thoughtfully. Clara meets his gaze, feeling a sense of pride in the progress they've all made and eager to discuss their shared journey, ready to reinforce the bonds they've cultivated. As Clara and Sam engage in conversation, she notices a spark of curiosity in his eyes, reflecting the bond they've rebuilt through their shared experiences. "Have you thought about how we can present our findings to the community?" he asks, leaning against the doorframe, his interest genuine. Clara nods, her mind racing with ideas that have developed since their expedition, eager to share her thoughts and hear his feedback. "I want to create a narrative that emphasizes not just our discoveries but also the involvement of the community," she replies, excitement bubbling up as she articulates her vision. Sam listens intently, nodding in agreement, and Clara senses their teamwork solidifying further, a proud testament to their growth. In this moment, Clara realizes that her evolving ideas and collaborative spirit are transforming their interactions, enhancing trust and connection within the team. Clara's enthusiasm begins to draw others into the conversation as they gather, each team member eager to contribute their insights. "We should highlight the cultural significance of the artifacts," Lyra suggests, her eyes bright with inspiration, encouraging others to consider how their findings resonate with local history. Sam adds, "We can include personal stories from the community to make it more relatable. That could really engage people." Clara feels a wave of excitement as ideas flow, the group's synergy transforming the earlier uncertainties into a strong collaborative spirit. Yet a sense of apprehension lingers, as some team members voice concerns about how their narrative will be received, questioning whether they can truly honor the community's voice. Clara addresses their worries head-on, reinforcing her commitment to inclusivity and emphasizing that their strength lies in their ability to learn and adapt as they share their journey with the community. Clara senses the momentum building as the team discusses how to weave their findings into a compelling narrative for the presentation. She encourages everyone to gather their notes and reflect on the stories behind their discoveries, creating an inclusive atmosphere that emphasizes belonging. I believe that by sharing our individual insights, we can create a richer, more authentic presentation, she states, her voice steady and confident, inviting collaboration from all members. As each person contributes, Clara realizes how their shared investment in the project strengthens not only their findings, but also their relationships. She feels a new sense of purpose solidify within her, understanding that their collective efforts will lead to a presentation that truly resonates with the community. This realization reinforces her growth as a leader, motivating her to navigate the intricate balance of ambition and responsibility in their mission to uncover and honor their shared history. As the team finalizes their presentation materials, Clara feels a wave of pride wash over her, realizing how far they have come together. The room buzzes with energy, team members animatedly discussing how to incorporate visuals and narratives that reflect their shared discoveries. Clara glances around, noticing the confidence radiating from her teammates as they eagerly collaborate, each contributing their unique perspectives. She takes a moment to reflect on the journey they've taken, recognizing the growth within herself and her team since they first set out. "Let's make sure we're all on the same page before the event," she states, reinforcing the importance of unity as they prepare to share their work with the community. With renewed resolve, Clara understands that this collaboration will not only enhance their presentation, but also solidify their commitment to preserving the history they seek to uncover. Chapter 32, Addressing Unresolved Conflicts. Clara stands before her team at the campsite, ready to confront the lingering tensions that have surfaced during their recent expedition. The air is thick with anticipation as she gathers everyone together, recognizing that addressing unresolved conflicts is crucial for their progress. "Thank you all for your hard work," she begins, her voice calm yet commanding, as she takes a moment to gauge the expressions of her team members. "I know things have been challenging lately, and I want us to be open about how we're feeling and what we can improve." Clara's sincerity resonates in the group, prompting a wave of honesty as team members share their thoughts on the recent difficulties. This vulnerability shifts the atmosphere, allowing Clara to guide the conversation toward healing and support, reinforcing her role as a leader committed to their collective well-being. Clara listens intently as each team member shares their experiences, the air filled with a mix of vulnerability and openness that fosters trust. One member speaks about feeling overwhelmed by the pressures of the expedition, recounting a moment of doubt that made them question their contribution. "I thought I wasn't strong enough for this," they admit, their voice quavering slightly, and Clara notices the support growing from the others, nodding in understanding. Another team member chimes in, sharing a similar experience and expressing gratitude for the camaraderie they've built together, emphasizing that they're not alone in their struggles. Clara feels a swell of empathy, grateful that everyone is willing to be honest. This exchange is vital for their growth as a team. She acknowledges their bravery, reinforcing the idea that facing fears together not only strengthens their bonds, but also enhances their mission's purpose moving forward. After the group shares their feelings, Clara encourages a discussion about potential solutions to the challenges they've faced. "Let's talk about how we can better support each other moving forward," she suggests, her tone nurturing as she guides them to think critically about future strategies. Sam brings up the idea of implementing a buddy system, pairing team members to ensure that no one feels overwhelmed and everyone has support during critical tasks. Another teammate supports this suggestion, recalling how collaboration made earlier projects more manageable, reinforcing the importance of teamwork. Clara feels a growing sense of unity as they discuss practical changes, appreciating how the dialogue reveals hidden strengths within her team. This reinforces her belief that together, they can not only overcome obstacles, but also transform the expedition into a journey that values every member's contributions, paving the way for greater success ahead. Clara watches as the team discusses potential solutions with increasing enthusiasm, the air thick with hope and determination. She feels a swell of pride at how far they have come, recognizing the strength of their collaboration as they brainstorm ways to implement their newfound strategies. Let's confirm to check in with each other daily about our tasks and how we're feeling, she suggests, fostering a sense of accountability within the team. A few members respond positively, sharing their excitement about the prospect of consistent communication, reinforcing the commitment they've made to one another. Clara realizes that her proactive approach has cultivated a space where every voice is valued, and trust is building steadily among the group. Feeling empowered, she understands that these adjustments will serve as the foundation for their future success, equipping them to handle whatever challenges may arise next. As the team finalizes their plans, Clara feels an overwhelming sense of purpose influence her leadership style, realizing the power of each voice in their collaborative effort. She encourages everyone to reflect on their roles, reinforcing that the journey has been about both personal and collective growth. Let's not just gather artifacts. Let's share our stories and connect with the community, she states, emphasizing their mission's broader impact. Her words resonate with the team, igniting a renewed sense of unity as they commit to not only uncovering history, but also honoring the cultural significance of their findings. Clara's confidence swells as she sees her team energized by this shared vision, each member ready to contribute their strengths to the cause. This moment solidifies her understanding that their collective journey is woven with trust and collaboration, shaping the leader she continues to become. As the meeting concludes, Clara feels a sense of accomplishment wash over her, knowing that they've addressed unresolved conflicts and strengthened their bonds. The atmosphere is charged with optimism, and she watches as team members express excitement about the upcoming community engagement, eager to put their plans into action. Let's make sure our presentation reflects the diversity of our discoveries and the voices of the community, Clara reiterates, emphasizing the importance of inclusivity in their work. With renewed commitment, the team begins to discuss how they can creatively share their findings, showcasing an eagerness to collaborate further. Clara notes the spark in her team's eyes. The earlier tensions have shifted into a shared excitement for what lies ahead. Feeling empowered by the moment, she understands that they have turned a corner together, setting the stage for future adventures and reinforcing her growth as a leader dedicated to their collective journey. Chapter 33, A New Beginning. Clara stands in front of a group of eager students at the local museum, her heart swelling with pride as she prepares to share stories from her recent expedition. The room buzzes with anticipation, filled with curious faces eager to learn about the artifacts and the history behind them. She begins her presentation by recounting the journey they undertook, weaving in personal anecdotes that illustrate the challenges faced and the discoveries made. Today, I want to share not only what we found, but also the stories that each artifact holds, Clara explains, her enthusiasm infectious as she engages her audience. The students lean forward, captivated by her passion and the vivid descriptions of their findings, reflecting how deeply Clara cares about the knowledge she imparts. As she looks around the room, she feels a sense of fulfillment, understanding that her experiences have equipped her to inspire the next generation of explorers and historians. After the presentation, Clara mingles with the students, encouraging them to ask questions and share their own thoughts about history and archaeology. One student, a girl with bright eyes, excitedly raises her hand to discuss the ethical implications of exploration, sparking a lively conversation that Clara embraces wholeheartedly. I believe that exploration is not just about finding artifacts, but about understanding the stories behind them and the people they represent. Clara responds, eager to engage with their curiosity. The group grows animated, discussing the importance of preserving history and the role they might play in doing so, Clara feeling a wave of pride in their enthusiasm. As Clara interacts with the students, she catches Sam's eye across the room, who stands chatting with another group, a look of admiration on his face. This moment reinforces her belief in the importance of nurturing young minds, and she realizes that her journey of knowledge and exploration is now inspiring others to embark on their own adventures. As the discussions wind down, Clara invites the students to consider how they can contribute to preserving local history themselves. Are there particular stories or sites in your own communities that you think deserve attention? She asks, igniting a spark of interest and participation among the audience. Several students share ideas about local legends, suggesting areas of cultural significance that might benefit from exploration and documentation. Clara listens intently, jotting down their suggestions, feeling invigorated by their passion and willingness to engage with the past. This exchange highlights the potential for future collaboration, reminding Clara of the responsibility to empower the next generation of historians and explorers. As the students continue to share their thoughts, Clara feels a profound connection developing. Their voices become intertwined with her mission, setting the stage for lasting relationships that cross generations. As the discussion flourishes, Clara feels a wave of inspiration as she realizes their shared insights can lead to tangible projects that honor local history. Let's talk about how we can work together moving forward, she proposes, her voice filled with enthusiasm, encouraging the students to think about collaborative initiatives. Several students suggest organizing community events where they can invite locals to share their stories and engage in archaeological workshops. Clara nods approvingly, excited by the potential for these ideas to foster connections between the younger generation and their heritage. She reflects on how her journey has evolved. The mission is no longer just about uncovering artifacts, but about building a community dedicated to preserving history and sharing knowledge. With renewed determination, she assures the students that their contributions will be valued, planting the seeds for future collaborations that will enrich their understanding of their own identities and cultural heritage. As the meeting wraps up, Clara feels a profound sense of fulfillment, recognizing that this gathering has opened doors to new possibilities for both the community and her team. The students leave with excited chatter about how they can actively participate in preserving their history, a testament to the impact of her mentorship. Several local historians approach Clara after the presentation, expressing their eagerness to collaborate on future projects, their faces lit with enthusiasm for the shared mission. "Your passion is infectious, Clara," one historian mentions, extending an invitation to join a community board focused on historical preservation. Clara's heart swells with pride. This acknowledgement of her commitment and growth signals not only her success, but also the potential for ongoing initiatives that will benefit everyone involved. With a smile, Clara realizes that her journey has transformed her into a leader who inspires others, setting the stage for adventures yet to come, and embracing the responsibility that accompanies such a role. As Clara steps outside the museum, the late afternoon sun warms her face, a welcome contrast to the intensity of the day's discussions. She takes a deep breath, appreciating the vibrant energy of the town, now filled with possibilities, as she reflects on the growth she has witnessed, not just within herself, but also in her team and the community. The laughter of students echoes behind her as they disperse, their excitement palpable, and Clara knows that she has inspired a sense of adventure among them. Her thoughts drift to the upcoming meetings, eager to share knowledge and cultivate new relationships that will extend beyond the expedition. Clara recognizes that every interaction they've fostered has the potential to reshape the narrative of their history, creating a ripple effect that could benefit generations to come. With newfound resolve, she feels ready to embrace the responsibilities of leadership, understanding that her journey is just beginning, filled with the promise of exploration and meaningful connection.